All right. How you guys all doing? Oops. The illusion. Do not look at what's behind the curtain. I may have accidentally moved my my green screen there. I'm in a new place, guys. I'm back in the States for a while. Thank you, Halcyon77, for your tier 1 subscription. The Korean time zone makes viewing these awkward sometimes. Yeah, well, it's also that I stream in the afternoon in Korea, which is legit the worst fucking possible time. Looks like your old place. I know. the lighting in here doesn't look like my old place. I also have one of those fancy new Elgato prompters, so now I could just put Twitch chat on my camera, which is pretty cool. Am I doing? I'm a little sick still. How's the family in Korea? Uncle Baggins, thank you for your tier 1 gift sub. Appreciate it. Am I going to do some betting predictions? I am not betting sponsored right now. You get the Bangers edition. Well, the time zone should be better for you guys, obviously. I'm not back in NA permanently, guys. I'm just here doing some work. So I'll be going back to Korea at the end of May. But I'll be here for all of MSI. And then some. But I will be on basically every day at this time. Except for tomorrow. I'm going to the Colorado High School Esports Championship tomorrow. As part of some of my work for Play Versus. So, but every other day of MSI, I shall be here. All right, shall we? We shall. Have a look through the you guys will have to let me know if the levels are a bit off on the audio. Because this sounds good to me, but I'm just one man redoing my stream on a different PC elsewhere. Sounds fine? All right, good. All right, so I don't know anything about PSG. Kalista, Ari, and Ari for Maple has always been a historic champion. And Vi, okay, we're gonna take out Lee Sin for Inspired and Renekton for Bwipo. Definitely very the quest kind of. And Varus for Masu. Masu has been a pretty good Varus player. I keep trying to look over here at chat, but I can just look directly into my camera now. Nautilus first. By the way, guys, Chovy has been playing some top Nautilus and solo queue. I don't know if that's relevant here. I was asleep during these games, guys, so I have no idea what happens. I don't know who wins. I haven't seen the drafts. All right, so I'm like completely blind in these games because I just fucking woke up, guys. All right, so Nautilus coming in early. So the meta hasn't actually changed that much. We're just handshaking with Senna, Tom, Kench. Okay. With all the talk of lane swaps and everything going around too, Senna really doesn't care who she lanes with. Who keeps spoilers to me? I don't care if you write spoilers in there. It's truly, I do not. Jinx. So we're handshaking kind of scaling lanes here on the bot side. I'm going to take the Taliyah for Jensen. Interesting that the priority is on Taliyah over Azir, because Jensen obviously has been a career Azir player.
three patches since most of these teams played, and it looks like it's going to be Talia into Azir in the mid lane once again. Kobe Azir obviously slightly touched, slightly nerfed on 14-7, I believe, but still.
Busio showed up this series. That's good because he was fucking ass in the finals. He was so bad. It was like unbelievably bad. Viego and Poppy. Wow, they're just taking out absolutely everything. Poppy, really? What are they trying to pick here? Blinding Rumble in top sides. We're just going to take Sejuani Urgot. I have no idea the Rumble Urgot matchup, but I mean, Bwipo has been all about the Urgot, but mostly into the Rek'Sai recently. All right, so the reason why they're taking Rumble is because they're going to go Rumble Jarvan and try and lock down the Talia and the Jinx. I guess what they did was they banned Poppy because they wanted to take Jarvan, is my guess. So actually just a huge wombo combo front to back, very standard, you know, high engaged League of Legends composition. Grasp Azir, I would think. You have enough damage, so actually being able to engage further with Azir is probably good here.
PSG say, welcome to the international stage. Rookie FlyQuest.
If FlyQuest can get a large enough lead, either through lane swaps or through their top side, to make that
stage looks cool.
Because if you do put the Azir, the Rumble, and the Jarvan behind, the initiation damage isn't as powerful, and then you can just walk into them and try and take them out. But the first game of the day, the first game of MSI 2024 on the cards for us. How are you feeling, Kobe?
I started out like
Monty MSI schedule is a blessing. Just got home and showered from work. All right, yeah, because it's evening EU time. And it's morning NA time, so hopefully this is good for you.
This is definitely draft. Yeah, the draft is making me even more nervous. Masu, good luck. PSG are coming for your head, buddy.
It's going to be a challenge for him. The FlyQuest bot lane, definitely a key point.
Yeah, FlyQuest jersey is pretty good. All right.
Lineup as well across the board here.
GC Crans, thank you for your Twitch Prime sub. 4:35 p.m. in Spain, dude. This time zone is fucking banging for you guys. Let me tell you, it's banging for America. 8:30 a.m. in Colorado, where I am right now. 10:30 a.m. on the East Coast.
Have the comfortable advantage up on the stage here, but we'll get right into
if this continues, it will continue every day besides tomorrow.
First game of MSI. So many changes.
I have to go to Denver to the Colorado High School Esports Championship tomorrow. But every other day I will be here for you guys.
Right to it. All of them looking like a lane swap, buddy. Jinx is very good.
All right, so we're gonna lane swap with the Urgots.
Helping you get through those. To it. All of them looking like 2024, our first game of MSI.
No stream at all tomorrow. No, I'm gonna be out all day, unfortunately. I have work to do that pays me money, more money than my 170 viewer stream. Sorry, guys. Lexley, thank you. 5 months. Thank you for your 2-1 sub. From Kansas City, Missouri, and watching it work. Very good. Very good. I keep looking over at Twitch chat, but I can just look at this fucking fancy-ass new prompter that I got. Dude, Elgato makes the best shit. It's fucking crazy how good they are. All right, well, we didn't get to see the first 45 seconds of this game. We just ran Jinx directly into top lane.
Let's get right to it. All of them looking like a lane swap, buddy. Jinx is very good at lane swapping.
And
that's why we brought it up.
PSG. Does Busio have... The question is, does Busio have Demolish?
Small runes as well. You know, small optimizations. You know, get your Demolish in there. I'm just going to assume Busio has Demolish for sure.
Yeah, he must have Demolish, one would think. Parasite Blues, thank you.
It doesn't look like PSG are going to get any lane swap wards in.
I haven't seen any either from FlyQuest. They haven't been able to step into that jungle.
FlyQuest are kind of showing like normal right now, so they don't want.
FlyQuest is not showing like normal. Let's be very clear. They're not. They showed Urgot topside, but PSG isn't even trying to discover this. I think that's the mistake here is that, you know, Urgot isn't showing and the Sejuani's in the normal spot, but they don't see bot lane and they don't see Urgot, but they're not even trying to see them, so it's just free for FlyQuest here. The PSG just has no info.
Small optimizations, you know, get your Demolish in there. I'm just going to assume Busio has Demolish for sure.
FlyQuest ever been able to step into that
Yeah,
jungle.
FlyQuests are kind of showing like normal right now,
Yeah.
so they don't want to, give anything away.
Where a ward would have gone from PSG.
So
to spot
Urgot just recalls, goes bot, and we initiate lane swap protocol.
So you can stand just outside of vision if that
Interesting that Urgot doesn't want a jungle follow here.
if there was a ward there. Kobe,
I guess they're not worried because Rumble's topside, so they're probably not going to dive, at least not on level 2. They're not going to dive on a 2-wave at this point.
Yeah, as we see IG coming down over the ward here, so they're going to see him kind of the late reaction. This is one of the really important things, actually. The latent ganks towards mid lane. Sometimes it's hard to keep track of enemy top laner / enemy support with a lot of the rolling time. But you asked about the basics of the lane swap. The basics all the way come down to having a way to get.
Okay, so he has Harpoon level 1. Just going to try and do a little bit of a drive-by there. Sejuani is jungling weak side top to bot to 3 camp to cover on a. This is going to be a 220 would be a 2-wave dive. Second wave dive. But clearly PSG is not set up for that. Urgot is getting XP. He does hit level 2. That's going to be very important. Inspired is actually here, so they're level 3 and level 2. This will be very difficult to dive. Junjia is level 3, though. They're going to try. I think this is tricky. Especially because they're going to get a lot of XP off this wave, too. Yeah, they can't actually commit to that. That's well played by FlyQuest.
So Woody's going to go catch the wave in the top lane because he can survive in the 2v1 much better than the Rumble would be able to. Busio might look for the dive, but Woody's already level 3. He'll have the thick skin. Busio tanks a couple of tower shots after shot. So Woody's going to go catch the wave.
All right, so this is an interesting adaptation, guys. And this is going to be new for this meta and not something I've seen before, but it makes sense. Because we have farming Tom Kench, they actually use TP to get into the top side because they have a Rumble with no TP, right? Because he's taking Ignite like most Rumbles do. So this is a good adaptation by PSG. Like you would normally say, okay, well, I see 2 of them down here, therefore it's now safe to TP my top laner in. They can't do that, so I guess Rumble's just going to farm with the Senna in the bot lane. We'll delay the Rumble hitting 6. So it's not ideal, but it is a way to actually pick up the XP off of this wave. So that's a good adaptation by PSG, and it's going to be specific to the way that Senna is played in this meta right now. So this is fun. Like, this is not stuff we would have seen 10 years ago.
Be the goal here for Masu and Busio. They're unable to do it. You take a couple tower shots while you're putting damage into that Talon Kench. So nice little bit of delay there. And nice kind of versatility with running the Senna Tom Kench lane, being able to take that teleport summoner.
It's also the problem with Rumble is you want to take the Ignite for lane pressure. If there'd been a conventional 1v1 in the top lane, that Rumble should have been able.
Versatility for
Busio didn't proc demolish. He did not. That's true. Stalfos 25. Thank you for your Twitch Prime sub. You know what's interesting about this prompter is my notifications aren't coming through on it, like my sub notifications. Not that you care about the Elgato prompter, but I can see chat, but I can't see the notifications in chat. But luckily I have the sound effects, so I can hear that.
If there'd been a conventional 1v1 in the top lane, that Rumble should have been able to at least put some pressure down on the Urgot. So now he's going to lane with the Senna in the bot lane. As you said, Senna doesn't care who she lanes with. Tom Kench will lane solo in the top side. Inspired coming through here, not spotted by anything as of yet. We'll start to step back. Whippo ignited. Inspired caught up, but he can dash across the wall, and Inspired just making sure Whippo can get back to this wave.
Yeah, the other thing to remember, of course, with one of the big things that Riot implemented to try and dissuade people from lane swapping is that 50% tower damage reduction for the first 5 minutes.
So they're not actually walking up to proc demolish, which is... I'm not sure the reasoning behind that.
Up on the top side one, they should be able to get that first one, but PSG already working very closely towards their second one down here, so you can see the effects of that bulwark buff.
You can see at the top of
I mean, it's not going to matter when the demolish procs start coming through, so...
Right now, both the AD carries do scale relatively well. Of course, Jinx very powerful when she gets to 2 or 3
Okay,
items.
there you go. Solo gold onto the Jinx for the plate.
It's not all doom and gloom for
Are we going to swap back now? This is kind of a weird time to swap back.
effectively as they would have liked it to, with them falling behind in terms of plates.
Yeah, I like the Senna look for it too, because he's still getting a lot of souls here off of.
That's a super weird time to swap back.
The turret plate money and having that versatility with Woody.
So actually, if we actually just stop and take stock of this, Tom Kench has been able to farm like pretty decently well. Especially compared to the Jinx, and we actually got farm onto the Rumble as well. So this has been pretty successful, I'd say, for PSG. They got an extra plate. We are going to swap back now and use TP to get into the top side. So Urgot's going to try and actually deny some level of CS, and looks like PSG get a swap into top side with both Tom Kench and Senna now. So they're trying to hold the Urgot down after getting a certain, amount of advantages here. But this means that the Rumble is kind of unemployed at the moment. Jinx is ahead due to not know. Sure, yeah, Jinx is a little bit ahead, but it's surprisingly even in that regard. The Tom Kench was able to farm under tower really well. It was a good TP.
Obviously, they can force Bwipo back, and Bwipo is falling ever so slightly behind Azu, who has gone for the boots of swiftness first. But often you'll see Senna, after the initial lane swap, if the team who started it go back into normal lanes, those normal lanes will just continue as Jensen gets a stun on the Unraveled Earth. Will be able to force Maple away. Inspired and Busio coming up from the bottom side of the map, but PSG are able just to retreat from it.
Yeah, they don't want an extended fight here because, as you're alluding to, FlyQuest have their duo on bottom side.
Urgot did catch up a little bit. They can dive this, though. This is diveable.
His flash ready. Ignite was already used. And then looks like we have a cover here from Jinjia as well, so not going to let him.
All right, this is going to go for Drake instead because they don't know where Jinjia is, and he was, in fact, right there. Might have been able to turn it around. All right, I mean, I accept the early Drake here. Remember, this is the patch with 6-minute Void Grubs, so we're not going to see any kind of reaction to the top side. Jinjia actually did just have to cover, so he's not going to be able to cross-map super quickly or anything.
With the Void Grub change is that they actually increased the value of the buff pretty significantly. The true damage dot was increased by 50%. So not only is the timer desynced, but the buff itself is actually more powerful too. And you only need to get to 4.
Yeah, getting the really big change with the Void Grubs is like getting to 4 is significantly easier to getting to 5 to get the Void Mites, which is pretty huge. Especially in like multiplayer siege scenarios where you're getting so much extra tanking on the turrets after from the Void Mites. It's a pretty big change, I think.
You can see he's 1,000 gold ahead of Busio. Obviously, he is farming as well, but you kind of have to compare the gold difference between AD carries with the gold difference between the supports in this game. Woody at 1.2k up as Azure dodges the hook, and Malsu only 500 gold ahead on that Jinx. Watching PSG through their playoffs, they were a very good Senna team, and you see small examples of it here. Betty moving over to the Void Grubs to make sure he's getting more stacks. He's on 32 now, which is pretty well accelerated through the early game. Expect to see him pathing with Jinjia through the jungle when those camps are up, just to get as many stacks on the board as possible.
Yeah, and usually, especially the goal.
Just that tempo reset.
What's up with all the Urgot? Good into Rek'Sai top. That was what was up with all the Urgot before. What's up with all the Urgot here, I think, is I guess Bwipo likes the matchup, but because they wanted to lane swap, Urgot's pretty good into lane swap scenarios.
And since PSG already built their entire team comp for destroying the Jinx,
It's also just a historic Bwipo champ, you know what I mean?
So well set up into this one. PSG, really nice, calm and collected game from them. Reacting quite well to this one. Woody's teleport is even coming back.
What am I eating? I'm eating Kashi cereal, my wife.
Put them right back to bottom side on that rotate. As you mentioned, everybody coming out at the exact same time.
I don't think that ward spotted Masu and Busio. I was looking at my notes while they walked past, but I don't think it would have seen them in their position that they were. Woody and Betty, they'll continue to push in bot. Bwipo, 44 CS. Both the top laners relatively even. Not the highest CS scores you're ever going to see for a top laner at 9 minutes, but they'll both be happy enough that they've been able to keep themselves in this game. Jinjia, though, looking for a gank once again.
Yeah, meanwhile...
I mean, Urgot's just really hard to tower dive, too, I think.
Same thing to Aji. It looks like Aji's backing
You're spying on me while I'm away from you in America. All right, let's look at this punish here.
It looks like Aji's backing off in time.
Going to bed. Good night.
Beautiful play by FlyQuest to get that kill. Super Mega Death Roll get back. They'll both be in there.
As you mentioned, everybody coming out. Woody's teleport is even coming back off cooldown quite shortly here.
All right, this is good, right? You have a push on the top side. This is a good setup with Inspired. He's already in the invade in the top side jungle. Has dropped wards. They just get the free kill. You know, the thing is, you always since they don't have teleport on Rumble, they're just always going to have tempo advantages. Yeah, but didn't have to use flash. It's also important.
Nice kill on the top side.
Junjia used his ult, but Bwipo just actually just sits in there and waits it out. That's hilarious.
Trying to get away in the bot lane, does still have the flash, but just walks out of there.
Woohoo! Very, very close right there. Nice kill on the top side for the first blood for FlyQuest. They were not previously getting as many resources into the Jinx as they, obviously would have wanted to do. So very nice to at least get an assist there, some assist money split. Sejuani Inspired there, getting to the level 6, having full lockdown.
So first turret actually going to go over to PSG. I think they've handled this pretty well. They actually do have a gold advantage, even though they gave up the first blood. They've been able to collect, you know, an even amount of farm basically, but they've also had the advantage of getting the plates faster. Just because of the early plates. I'm a bit surprised Busia wasn't proccing Demolish early. I really wonder what that was about. In the top side, the first 5 minutes.
Then they can't dive me, but step too far forward, and Inspired was there to punish.
Yeah, and Inspired, we saw on the mini-map the kind of deep route he took, even though the camera was on bottom side. Up there by that kind of control ward behind the red buff, and then got really deep behind.
I'm surprised Neela doesn't show up in pro with lane swap being prevalent. She might. I mean, I think T1 Guma is the most likely Neela player. He's a historic Neela player, so if somebody's going to pull it out, it's probably going to be T1. Feels weird watching your stream at night in my time zone. Well, get used to it for MSI, buddy.
We'll see the teams trying to get that mid control and then step into the enemy jungle, get a bit of vision down, and play for that Drake.
Yeah, looks like we've got teleports ready.
There's also Void Grubs up, though, so they're likely actually going to play around that, because if PSG gets 6, that's very powerful.
No one was commenting on Jinx. Styles Horley messing up early lane swap, missing free plays. Yeah, I don't know why they weren't walking up. It was just a fucking Tom Kench under that turret. It's very weird.
Meanwhile, Lucio kind of has to watch from the shadows there, so PSG rotating everybody up.
I'll message FlyQuest about that. I'm actually just curious what the reason was.
The ultimate, even though it is going to remain,
it's the FlyQuest special, Kobe. Inspired is lane ganking, but Maple flashes it. FlyQuest love to do this. Inspired loves to do this. Lane gank, good flash by Maple while PSG start up the grubs.
Yeah,
it's a lot of grubs you're giving up for free, though.
And it's a big cooldown. Sejuani now without the ultimate.
Masu gonna have a hard time staying alive in this composition. Again, like the Jarvan pick actually seeming like it's gonna be pretty good here.
All the extra Void Grubs here picked up for PSG. All 6 of them, so they're gonna have huge tower pushing potential. And maybe even try
they give up 6 Void Grubs. Wow.
For some deep vision into the jungle, but FlyQuest at least going to be able to focus on. Well, actually, they're not even going to have time to start up Dragon number 2 because PSG are able to rotate off of that top side that much quicker and head on down for it. Really nice Rumble ultimate from Aji there to clear out the minions and put a stop to the bottom side push as well.
That's the difference between when Azure died at level 5 and now when he can survive that sort of pressure, because he just equalizes the...
It's not that big of a deal, but it's certainly contributing to the gold lead that PSG have right now. Oh man, Maple's gonna try. Maple has no flash from earlier. This is good. I mean, they're using the TP advantage that they have. Yeah, he's dead. Nice job. All right, so we're equalizing.
That is going to mean with the teleport up top side, they get 1 kill, but Masu rooted up as Junjia is going to be able to take Dragon number 1 for PSG's side.
I slept through my 4 a.m. alarm, pissed off my girlfriend, and missed the Fly games this morning. Well, you can watch it with me now, Sir Rubix. Is this going to be the new stream starting time for MSI? Yes. Yes, it will be. Except for tomorrow, when I'm not streaming. So I have other work to do. But every other day, Pog.
1.2k gold lead. Betty only just finishing his first completed item. That's the opportunity. But Bloodsong although not as strong as it once was.
Am I on the West Coast? I'm in Colorado, so I'm in Mountain Time Zone.
Even as a support.
Where is MSI? It's in Chengdu, China. Only MSI? Yeah, I'm going back to Korea after this.
As they rotate off as well, we're going to have a spawn of Rift Road coming up as we go into the replay, but yeah, this one was pretty clear cut.
Yeah.
You already know because of the Sejuani attempt from the brush, burning Maple Splash, that he's got nowhere to go here, but nice job from Blippo landing the ultimate pretty early there so they can secure it.
It's a good play. You can see Maple knows he's dead as well. He's like, I'm going to see if I can shift in and kill Jensen before anything happens, but good stuff from Jensen as well with the unraveled up.
And they also know with that teleport up there, you know, they're going to be able to pick up that dragon, get the objective on the other side of the map for PSG's side. So still quite comfortable for PSG here. Bottom side as well makes it pretty easy for Maple to continue split pushing. Another one of the reasons why Azir has remained so popular as a pro pick, you know, throughout the roller coaster of nerfs has been that ability to split push. Azir has remained so popular.
All right, so Busio comes in with Inspired here. They know they're clearing vision. That's just... What the fuck, man? He just blind... Gingy is crazy? He literally just blind goes into that... Oh, he sees Inspired walk in. Nick is 211. Thank you for your Twitch Prime sub. I appreciate it. So I think... Sorry, guys. Holy shit. My throat this morning. What the fuck, man? It's not my allergies. I've had a cold. It's been getting better, but I don't know why it's fucking up my throat today. The skill vampires are on to me. Oh, no. So I guess Junjia actually saw Inspire go into this bush, because otherwise it doesn't explain why he would blind EQ in. That's fucking wacky, though. He actually hooks himself. Also, why would Junjia EQ there? That is so crazy, actually. What the fuck, man? Junjia with the... What is Nautilus hooking? I don't know. That looks super janky. I don't know what he hooked that pulled him, by the way. I guess this is an interaction where he started the... I don't even know what he hooked. Do you guys know what he hooked? Did he hook this wall? I guess he hits the wall hitbox right here. It looks so janky, though. It looks so janky. Junjia does have the sixth sense. Because if you... if you actually think about this, so... Look at the info. I understand why Busio didn't understand what the fuck was going on. So he has this pink ward. Junjia doesn't know that he's in there. I think Junjia sees Inspired walk in here, so Inspired gives it away. But Junjia, dude, he actually fucking blind EQs this, but he EQs this side of the bush when Inspired's here. If Busio hadn't been there, he would EQ nothing. And Jensen has both TP and wall available. And he's waiting. This is actually a dumb play by PSG. Yeah, basically Junjia thought Sejuani would walk in the corner of this bush, but if Busio hadn't been there, or if Busio had been, I don't know, here or down here or, you know, next to the turret, this could have been actually disastrous for PSG because you see Talia is just set up for the TP.
And that ability to split push.
I mean, they have their TP ready too, but that just seems like a very weird play to do. They got lucky.
In the end, it's just a single kill over to PSG. Their first at MSI 2024, but it does mean they can set up for this Rift Hurl.
Yeah, it's a huge play. They just jump right on Busio. Good job here. Jinjia, no hesitation. They go immediately in on the Nautilus. Burst them down so quickly. They also got the teleport out of Jensen and the ultimate out of Jensen, and they're going for Inspired now too.
Inspired still has the flash. Busio's going to hook across the wall here. Jinja going forward. There's the Dawning Shadows. Inspired starts to fall lower. Almost caught up in the Cataclysm. Busio locked up. The Equalizer off to the side as Jinja takes the kill. And PSG get another one on the board as FlyQuest a little bit too eager to try and fight around that Rift Hurl.
Yeah, FlyQuest are just getting dismantled this game. PSG taking down Busio again. He basically respawns from his death, walks straight back out, and then goes down again as they were chasing off the Sejuani there. But FlyQuest trying to remain focused here in the game. Jensen pushes down.
Thank you, Gaius Gracchus, for your tier 1 subscription. Appreciate it.
But down
a little bit too eager to fall lower.
Got the teleport out of Jensen and the ultimate out of Jensen. And
Dude, I love this. So Busio respawns. Remember, he doesn't have ult anymore because he uses it in the last play. He actually knocks himself up by hooking into the EQ, and then he uses flash and then gets bodied. Holy smokes, dude. Busio is just mom spaghettiing like he did in the fucking LCS finals. This guy has such huge nerves issues. It's fucking crazy. This guy is like pooping himself again. He got I mean, look, I don't think that first play was his fault because it was such a fucking whack-ass blind EQ, but that second one is.
The Sejuani there, but FlyQuest trying to remain focused here in the game. Jensen pushes down this outer tower and then gets a face full of Maple.
Jensen does get the turret. Seismic shove going wide as Maple continues to put the damage down. Slides in, Inspired locks him up. The Emperor's Divide goes down as Jensen falls low. 100 HP on him, but he's able to survive it now. Jinja coming in from the side as well, and he's going to lock up Jensen. Seismic shove going wide.
Why are we just trying to make plays everywhere on the map at the same time? And by that I mean PSG. Oh my god, Busio is he's just dying on spawn. But still able to cross map effectively though.
The answer of a turret on top side, but it has been a murder here. PSG on the bottom side chasing down the extra one. A lot of gray screen and a lot of walking time for Busio.
That's the problem with Nautilus, though. Like, when you play Nautilus in a professional setting, you have to be the front line a lot of the time. You can be there next to Inspired, but if you queue in, you're in. It's not like Rakan. You're not dashing out, dancing around. You are in the fight. And Busio here...
I mean, they got a couple turrets for that, though, so it's pretty worth, honestly, for FlyQuest.
And then you have here,
dancing around, you are in the fight.
Jensen missing a lot of these Qs. I mean, Jensen literally misses everything. Maple does a good job of dodging, but okay, he hits that second Q, but then he missed 2 out of his 3 Qs. He missed his W. That's why he dies. If he hits one of those Qs or the W, they actually get that kill, and maybe Talia doesn't die. Nundon, thank you for your tier 1 subscription. I appreciate it.
To get that Rift Hurl that we've talked about a couple of times. They spot Azure on the sideline. They'll take him. Azure burning the flash as well. Perhaps a poor use of his summoner spells there.
Yeah. definitely.
I mean, maybe he burnt it before he saw the rest of FlyQuest coming in, but he was pretty much done for. So at 17, almost 18 minutes into the game, the honors are even in terms of kills. PSG have about 2,000 gold lead, but all's not doom and gloom for FlyQuest. They've been a little haughty in terms of taking fights, but Marsu's still scaling up, has got a Kraken Slayer Azil, and is building up towards his next item. He has the Knight's Vow Protection. Jensen's getting there. Like, in terms of items, FlyQuest are in a very solid spot.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to look for some picks here, really make use, like we just saw them, of this Talia ultimate, and getting picks on the side lanes like that.
Epically awesome. Thank you for your Twitch Prime sub.
And a partner when he's walking into anywhere dangerous. So
it's the buddy system.
Exactly, buddy system, so they can actually try and make use of his CC and his ultimate, but should be PSG with a pretty comfortable setup here on Dragon.
This is one of the benefits of taking the early take. Grippo stepping in here. Abyssal Voyage forward by Woody, immediately locked up. He went way into the depths there. Pulled back with the Fear Beyond Death. The Fear's going to land on Ginger, but the EQ combos to buffer out of it. Grippo down to half HP. Pusio now stepping onto the front line as Betty continues to rain hell down on FlyQuest. They're forced away. They get a kill.
To the full like Jarvan Rumble combination that they're going to
Much better vision control from PSG. Look at River. They've got 4 pink wards in River. See if FlyQuest can actually clear some of these out. This is where it gets a bit tricky because both teams have taken down tier 1s in top and bot, and it's just tier 1 in mid lane, but PSG has significantly better vision control.
But then, as we said from Champ Select, that Talia's shove really good at even focusing that front line, even it is a farming Tom Kench, a very tanky.
It's going to be super hard for Jinx to stay alive, though.
And they get the execute there, even getting the reset, and they get excited for Masu, which is why
Inspire's been doing a good job of getting deep wards and covering the side gate. They cleared out wards in River and top side. Trying to play here.
Flashes, doesn't get over the wall.
Oh, dude.
Excited for Masu, which is why he popped the ghost. He's like, okay, maybe they can run it forward into more, but PSG did a good job of actually stopping that.
It looked like he started his ult animation. It looked like he started his ult animation, but Betty became untargetable. And so he doesn't actually get his ult off. That's what it looked like to me. I blocked you on Twitter after you insulted the haters. Were you defending me? All right, what's your Twitter? I'll unblock you. Sorry, you were a casualty of the mass blocking. He flashed in the wall and then hooked the wall. Yeah, it looked janky because I couldn't tell because the root hit at the same time. Ah, the French.
Ah, the French.
Do you speak French? Yes, I speak French. I'm not fluent, but I'm pretty good. I speak enough French.
The face plant if I've ever seen one. Lucio's nose is broken in 3 places as Inspired looks for Azure. Azure doesn't spot him out here. Good use of the Fog of War by Inspired.
Ceremonage. All right. Sorry about that. You were an unfortunate casualty. I appreciate your defense. There you go. So apologies. Say if I read YouTube chat, say egg mayo. Yeah, I do read YouTube chat, guys.
Just step around the corner. He stepped out of the bush there for a second.
No, sorry. There were like I had to block like hundreds of people. So.
Taking that early dragon delays the fact that PSG could get towards the soul. Charges forward.
All right, much better river control so far from PSG as we're seeing. This feels like a Hex Tech Soul for PSG angle. They're doing really well with playing around Drakes.
Of those mites, so even with the extra mites coming off of the 6 avoid grubs, still wiping those ones clean. Another tower taken there though for PSG as they open up more of the map. Towards the mid game here, though, with the extra gold going right back, I mean, you've got 2 items on your Jinx on Masu here, so...
And a Locket and a Knight's Vow, right? She has some protection.
Now you're hitting kind of the 2 core spikes here for a lot of this FlyQuest squad. And even though you can see some...
Dude, Bucio's knees weak, arms are heavy. He's got vomit on his sweater already. Mom spaghetti. He is... Dude, the fucking LCS finals and this match, or this game at least, he is mom spaghettiing so hard.
Very heavy PSG engage, and FlyQuest very much have a route right back into this one.
Definitely agree with you there. I think as well, the fact that Whippo is 3-0, has the Black Cleaver and a tunnel up, and you have a pretty tanky Inspired means that front line can survive for quite a while and start to look for that execute combo with the seismic shove, with the Fear Beyond Death. If they get one, Masu then gets excited. The fight begins to swing in FlyQuest's favor. PSG, though, now stepping into this jungle, trying to clear out some vision. Weren't quite able to get all of it in the river. Jensen down towards the bottom side. Just
hook him with freeze pipe. Yeah, I mean, it might make him too chill. to play games on stage. I know I would play a lot worse if I hit the freeze pipe.
2 minutes away with Baron buffed slightly on this patch. It's going to be hard for either of these teams to make something happen unless someone oversteps.
Yeah, biggest thing too is the defense reliability of mid lane turrets still really healthy here for PSG. Makes it a lot easier for them to control both jungle sides, but they're going for it.
Woody stunned up, locked up.
Nice play.
Coming down, we'll have the thick skin, Dawning Shadow for a shield as well as Woody continues to survive, but in the end, caught out by
I mean, they have Kraken Slayer and they have Leandry, so you're going to be able to take out the high HP targets. All right, good play from FlyQuest. Nice, nice. All right, why is Judgia going in? They don't, I mean, this is terrible from, this is fucking so bad from PSG. So the Rumble ult is shit, right? You can't play this composition this way. This ult is designed to kill the wave, right? This Rumble ult is designed to kill the wave. You already lost your Tahm Kench, so you don't have any safety. And, you know, you get caught out. You have to actually play this composition properly, which is like you need to set up for you're playing around Jarvan and Rumble ults onto the Jinx. So if you don't get the Jinx, there's no point in like going in here. You already cleared the wave, like mission successful. They're not going to take your turret, right? They don't have Herald. It was already taken by PSG and used. So there's no point in just inting. That's really bad by PSG.
That was huge for FlyQuest. There was zero pressure at all on Masu.
The ult didn't suck from Rumble. It was a split call. Ozzy did his job. His job was to clear the wave to make sure that, you know, they're trying to stem the damage from Woody dying. But now you give up Baron, right?
Due to another seismic shove from Jensen, pulling him back, separating him from the safety of the
Whippo has TP.
just talking about, and that opening is all that FlyQuest needs. Whippo can teleport back in.
Ozzy did his job. He absolutely should have ulted the wave right there. It's just Junjia like weirdly went in afterwards, and now you have nothing. You can't stop this. Junji is dead.
No smite, of course, inspired. We'll just look for the smite on the Baron. TP coming in as well. Last embrace on the Baron. We'll get one root for the TP.
Oh my god. That's actually a good hook by Busio right after the TP channel. PSG actually just throwing. Oh my god, they're going to lose their fucking... This is such a terrible throw by PSG.
Woody in the dirt, Azure in fact in the dirt. And now we see FlyQuest with a Baron buff, 24 minutes.
What the fuck are they doing? Like, just because Woody dies doesn't mean you all have to die.
From the FlyQuest rookie AD carry here. They put a lot of pressure on his shoulders with this Jinx.
Okay, now we recall. Now we just stop the Hex Deck Soul win condition.
Few too many openings to start it out. FlyQuest will take those. Nice timing on the hook here from Busio, even though he had a couple of rocky plays earlier in the game. Really good timing on the hook on the arrival of the teleport there to ensure that they're going to get Masu excited. And after that kill, able to chase down the extra one here. Another nice little ultimate from him, sniping out the kill onto Rumble and allowing FlyQuest to make the most of these openings.
And Masu didn't burn a summoner. He was protected so well. The Ginger engage into Whippo, flipping him away meant Cataclysm could never get onto the backline.
PSG was ahead on all objectives and a gold lead, but Junjia with the Leroy Jenkins. Yeah, that was terrible, dude. Well, I mean, Woody shouldn't have gotten caught, but you don't all have to die in solidarity, you know what I mean? And use all of your important ults. Dude, poor Ozzy, dude. He's just trying to fucking clear a wave. Man, PSG actually played well into this lane swap, too. What the fuck, man? All right, this is just a fiesta. Just kill the turrets, dudes. This shit makes me mad. All right, so why do we have to dive this turret? Why do we have to dive this turret? We could actually just push this wave, rotate Talia over, wall here, and take the turret for free, double back, and take Drake. Why do we need to make the play, guys? Why do we need to make the big dick play? Like, just stop. Like, stop their win condition. Just stop them from getting soul point. Take the turret. Have a fucking 4K gold Baron gold power play. You know, they lose all this CS, right? And just reset. Like, why are we giving them the potential opportunity to get a soul point here?
Already over the flag quest, the Dawning Shadow finds one, but Masu begins to open up. He's looking for more. Maple trying to go in, has that flash and the Emperor's Divide. Can they find more? PSG see a window here, but the window's been shut in their face as the super mega death drop.
All right, they get the tower. Do they get the Drake? Please, for the love of God, tell me they get the Drake.
Tower as well. It's always so critical, especially on these side lane secondary turrets, to go grab that. So still a bunch of extra gold as well as the dragon picked up on the exit.
Okay.
Can they finish it in time?
It was a little sloppy, but I think they get it. Okay, they get it. All right. All right. It's okay, guys. It's okay. FlyQuest eventually did the right thing. It may not have been exactly the way I wanted them to do the right thing. Jensen may have died, but they got what they needed to get. We almost fucked it up.
FlyQuest have been doing a really good job at getting their focused pressure on a single target from PSG before PSG can put that pressure on Masu. You keep mentioning Bwipo and this Urgot pick that they went for, trying to have a guaranteed execute for one target to be able to get those resets, and that has been instrumental here in a lot of these team fights, focusing down that one and turning the one kill, get excited into the chase downs here.
Fly's just being nice and throwing it back to PSG because they felt bad. They didn't throw it. They got the turret. They got a lot of money. They got a gold lead. They got the Drake. They stopped the Drake stacking. It's okay. They did what they needed to do. Wasn't a throw. Just a tiny gift of Jensen.
Exactly. The Urgot plus now Jensen just finished up.
But overall, they got everything they needed to get. Did they have to lose Jensen? No. They were definitely itching to throw. They tried. But, you know, eventually they decided that they would use their brains, and they made the correct play. I disagree with the philosophy of diving that turret, though, when you could have just had Jensen rotate over, wall them off from defense, and then just circle back.
You have to do your due diligence and clear out these wards to make sure you're not seeing a Maple showing up behind you in a fight. Dragon up in 3 minutes, Baron in 2.
Bwipo's absolutely huge.
Neutral objectives to fight for, but last time I said that, FlyQuest immediately found 2 kills in the mid lane, so we'll see if they can spring the trap once again. And a critical thing, too, is that Masu still has his flash on Jinx. He's not really been under a lot of pressure, so he's been popping the ghost for some offensive looks to try and chase down even more kills. But him having that flash is critical right now, because the comeback plan, the opening that all of PSG are looking at right now is we need to get one of these big gold bounties, either on the Jinx or on the Urgot. Of course, the ideal one is definitely going to be on the Jinx, much squishier target. But
Monty streams at a better time for me. Well, that's because I'm in Colorado right now.
Definitely has the extra kind of out button there and savior.
So it will be a better time for you throughout MSI.
To any of the targeted pressure here from PSG, that will be key in finishing out this game.
PSG just backing up behind their tower here. Cataclysm in, trying to burn Bwipo's flash. They get it. Glacial Prism from the backside only hits onto Woody, so now Bwipo won't have flash for one of the next neutral objective sites. Macewell's TP back up now, and that ward in. Yeah,
this is the superior. This is like when I used to stream in NA when I lived in LA. I know this is a better time zone for you guys. I just can't do anything about it while I'm living in Korea. I do not know the results of these games. I woke up and just started my stream. But I also don't care about spoilers, so don't worry about it. I'm so disappointed in PSG, though. Oh, man. They had such a good opportunity here. Didn't have to give up that Baron.
There's one less summoner around this next fight. Bwipo no longer has the flash, so something like a flash disdain to lock up Woody, to lock up Betty, just not a possibility. Yeah, and again, he has a big bounty on his head, too, so no flash on him. That could be a lot of gold if they're able to focus here. Putting up the Azir turret in mid lane as Baron is spawned really allows PSG to make the most of this vision coverage they've got in Baron. They're trying to bait FlyQuest right now with the extra wards that they preemptively placed. And you always have the Devour for Woody as well. So if Betty steps up and gets hit with a Glacial Prison, gets hit with a Seismic Shove, Woody can flash in, use that Devour. Betty at 135 stacks now as Maple dashes away. Inspired trying to get forward, has that Kainic Rukun. Masu opening up a little bit, but doesn't put too much damage that sticks down. Mid lane prio, though, for FlyQuest means that PSG have to walk the long way round to their tower. Will they even get there in time? Masu only needs a couple of shots to take this down. Bwipo locked up. Betty steps in, Maple going forward. Junja dived into the unraveled earth, eaten up with the Devour, but we don't have HP, but he's going to get the Sterak's Gauge shield. And will be healthy enough to get out in the end. The tower falls, Summoner burnt on Woody. We talked about the Flash Devour, Dawning Shadow as well from Betty.
Yeah, very good Devour there. If it was very close to them getting that execute and trying to get a repeat play. The tower as well going down. Sometimes those low health towers.
Play-ins BO3 and after that all BO5, right? Yes, correct. So play-ins, these are GSL groups of best of 3, so there are 4-team double elimination groups. So whoever loses this plays the loser of T1 versus Estral, and by that I mean Estral. Because I'm pretty confident T1 didn't lose that game, that match. So that's what's going on with this one. And then the team that ends in first place, so basically the top 2 teams from each of these groups go into the bracket. There are 4 teams waiting in the bracket. Those 4 teams are BLG, Genji, G2, and Team Liquid. So the first place teams in all the regions. And then we'll have an 8-team best-of-5 double limb bracket.
Constantly checking over towards Baron. They don't want to let PSG have one of those surprise, comeback Baron plays.
Whippo going full crab cosplay. Just standing still in the river. Like, hey guys, I'm here. Waiting for that scuttle crab to spawn. Setting up around it.
So I see Jensen on the deep ward.
Whippo now forced away. Where is FlyQuest Vision? Not really in the river yet. Another Super Mega Death Rocket comes out as PSG secure the scuttle crab.
This is also really big power spike here for FlyQuest. Masu's got his Lord Dom's 4-item power spike.
Cataclysm in on Whippo, no flash on him. Remember, there's the equalizer on the back line as well as Woody is knocked up. Death charge on Betty. Whippo with the Sax healing.
They're doing a good job of playing these team fights. Like, Masu is just not getting ulted at any point in time. Like, this is... I don't really understand what they're doing, though, with the Jarvan ult, like... and the Rumble ults. Like, they have to actually attack the backline of Jensen and Masu at some point in time, but they keep trying to focus Whippo. Also, that equalizes shit.
Remember, there's the equalizer on the back line as well as Woody is knocked up. Death charge on Betty. Brippo with the Sax healing up. Azure, though, with a good stopwatch. Inspired low, and now Busio has to try and get the hell out of there. But instead, he is...
They want that 1K shutdown, yeah. I mean, I guess they zoned... The equalizer at least zones out Masu from the fight, so he can't get as many autos down because he has to retreat off of this. So Jensen and Masu actually are zoned out, so I guess the equalizer is pretty good. It allows them to attack the front line really effectively.
But instead, he is sent to the depths of hell itself. Inspired and Bripper walking away wounded. PSG put up a tower and turned their eyes to the big purple worm.
Really intelligent way to fight that team fight for PSG. They were so calculated there, laying the damage in first, not overly rushing the team.
Yeah, actually, now that I look at it again, I like that equalizer. It really did a good job of taking the damage dealers out of the equation.
Really good Rumble ultimate across Whippo and on Masu, forcing Masu's position.
Just got back from my morning workout, enjoying some liquid IV. Hell yeah. Love that stuff. I got some more liquid IV, collected some more now that I'm back in the States. I'll be taking a bunch back with me.
Because you'll see, they go for the Cataclysm, and it's on Whippo, and then the Rumble ultimate across both of them, so that they're kind of separated. You saw Masu barely got any damage out, while the entire front line gets chunked down to like 15-20% there, with Inspired and Whippo both having to immediately evacuate. Really, really intelligent sectioning off of that team fight.
Yeah, Double Leandri's doing work there, too, on the front line. I just got back from not working out at all, and I'm enjoying my freeze pipe. Nice. Now that I'm back in the States, I can also enjoy a freeze pipe again. I have not yet, but I have my freeze pipe vape pen over here, which they make really nice vape pens. It only supports you guys if I use your promo code. You can't buy from Costco. Dude, it's fine. Do whatever makes you happy. It's fine. Liquid IV loves us. We're at a great place with them.
Extremely low as well, so he just has
buy it wherever you damn well please.
Trying to stay fairly safe, and the rest of PSG here doing their work.
But you can also just use the code and get a discount online. You do get 10% off with the LFN code. Are you saying you're lit off the pen right now? No, I haven't tried it yet since I've been back, but I will.
Junjia stunned up. Junjia able to dash across the wall. The zap just wide. The super mega death throw kid though from Masu. He's being like
I'm an ultra runner. I spend the elephant code every month or so. Thanks, man. Wow, that's impressive.
PSG into the fight around the tower and managed to get a kill.
They put a stop to the push, and now they're going to go for the counter themselves. 40 seconds.
Open up, Dawn in Shadow across him. On the minions.
All right, so they continue to push here. Jensen comes back in with the wall. It's a nice wall. Nice Jinx rocket. So they do actually get a good wall play down, which allows them to stop the Baron pressure, which is pretty huge.
They put a stop to the push, and now they're going to go for the counter themselves. 40 seconds on the death timer here for Junjia. FlyQuest trying to make the most of it.
What can they get? Equalizer available for Azure. I don't think they get anything here, Kobe. I think if this wave doesn't die before it gets to the tower, the equalizer goes down. Bwippo's going to get rocked up. He does still have the flash. There's the equalizer. Bwippo able to walk out of it. Very tanky with the Jax show. The Starax procking. And PSG force FlyQuest back. It's so hard without the Baron buff to actually push into an Azir and a Senna and the Rumble with the equalizer. So it was good pickup by FlyQuest to get the kill, but they weren't able to explode it into anything more.
Oh, this is exactly the excitement that people were hoping for.
That's a great game.
And expecting from this matchup with PSG here. You remember back to last year's MSI, and PSG got eliminated in that last chance qualifier versus Golden Guardian. So they've got to be looking for some revenge against North America and playing this one extremely close. Look at this tower dive as Junjia went straight into the back line here to try and put the extra pressure onto Masu, but Inspired barely got his stun off in time to get the extra couple of auto time there for Masu. And Sniper, as you said, able to nail the ultimate. One to chase him down, but only ended up being that 1 kill worth of gold for them. It looks like a BF sword here follows it up for Masu, who's approaching full build here on the Jinx.
He's had a really good game on the Jinx as well. We talked about him being a possible weakness for FlyQuest.
Yeah, it's impressive he's managed to stay. Masu's managed to stay alive this long on the Jinx into a composition that's designed to talk to him. Felchmaster 3000. If Renata builds full AP, wouldn't that make her a glass cannon? That's funny.
Meanwhile, on the side of PSG, Betty at 160.
Good joke. I appreciate it.
Stacks on that Senna has been also playing really, really well, providing so much utility to the PSG lineup here in some of these frontline battles, really giving them a lot of the edge as well. And his Lord Dom's on top of the early lethality build here, quite nice for the Senna too. Maple does get chased off of the blue buff though, so Inspired taking that one, and of course the late game blue buff's so nice because it goes to your entire team.
1 minute before.
All right, so now we're going to get Hextech Soul. Surely, right? Surely, he said, FlyQuest will get the Hextech Soul in 50 seconds. That's what's going to happen, right, guys?
Pushing out mid, Jensen's going to try and get this wave pushed in the bot lane as well. You want to get everything pressuring into the PSG side of the map before you start to fight around.
This feels like a FlyQuest Hextech Soul to win, right? After PSG threw the first Baron.
Actually looks like Maple might be going up there to try and get the push out, instead deciding to join up with his team. So with Soul on the line for FlyQuest.
All right, Shirley, here it comes, guys.
Look for mid-prio into a fight around.
Look at the vision, by the way. Look at the vision. Really good deep vision. Vision has been superior this game so far. I feel like for PSG, they did a very good job warding up. Now, they didn't do anything with the information they got. Okay, Azir turret down. Why are we engaging? All right, Masu getting... Okay, Masu finally actually gets attacked. Okay, they do the combo, guys. PSG does the combo for the first time. They actually get Masu. Okay. Sterix gets procced for Bwippo. Never mind, we're just giving shutdowns to Senna and we're dying. All right, well, why are we engaging this? Why? So, guys, here's how you play this. Do you guys want to know how to play this? So you have 20 seconds, right? So you actually can, first off, you need to sweep out this ward, or just, actually, it's a pink ward. You don't have to sweep it. You just have to kill it, right? So here's the play. Here's what pro teams do if you know how to play with Taliyah. Okay? You guys ready? So Taliyah stands here. The rest of your team goes for the objective, And when they walk in, you Talia wall like that. Okay? That's how you play this. You have Talia wall. This should be, by the way, pretty much a guaranteed take. This should pretty much be a guaranteed take. You know, the other thing you can do is actually, remember, they're not actually using TP advantage, right? You could actually have set this play up probably better by putting Bwipo into top lane, pushing out, threatening tier 2 turret. Because remember, you have so much time here. Like, what is the fucking game plan? Maybe they're afraid of the snap engage from the Jarvan and the Rumble, but they're not really using the big advantage they have with a fucking 4-item Urgot. You guys know what I mean? Like, you absolutely could control the side waves here and then TP back. Like, Bwipo, I don't know why Bwipo's just running around in circles a dragon right now. What is he doing? Use your fucking TP advantage. I think we should keep forcing 5v5s against the Jarvan Rumble Azir team, IMO. Well, I mean, that's what you get. I just don't understand why we didn't control the side waves. It's like they're not using their advantages. They're just committing to the fights that PSG wants to have. They're, you know, the thing about it is that with Talia, you don't have a combat ult. Like, basically, the thing here about FlyQuest is that you have a utility advantage, right? Util advantage, right? You have TP and you have wall. And you actually have 2 TPs up, but you have no side wave control. Like, you need to threaten this tier 2. Because remember, it's not the you want this Drake. Obviously, you want Hextech, it's fucking amazing. But if you don't get it, it's not the end of the world. Remember that Baron's also coming up in 50 seconds. So if you actually force pressure properly, I think you can. You know, you get gold for objectives, and you could potentially pressure a Baron off of that too. Like, you have to split this composition because they have no fucking TP. Like, what are they going to do? They're going to match your split with the Tom Kench? Who gives a fuck, dude? Who gives a fuck if Tom Kench is, like, trying to stop the Urgot split? That's actually terrible. So I don't get why we didn't set up for this play properly, because it really is just a setup issue, guys. There's no excuse. Like, Urgot could absolutely, you know, look at the timing that they have on this. They're actually just farting around forever. And yeah, so let's watch the top wave. The top wave's at the tier 2. Rumble pops up. So at this point, you see Rumble top, right? So at this point, you're trying to get deep vision in to set up for your Drake. Okay, I'm with you. I'm with you.
1 minute before the Hextech Drake chased off of the blue buff, though, so
you know, you get the blue buff, right? Doesn't Inspire get it right here? Yep. Okay, so I mean, you get the blue buff. This feels super good. You actually grab vision control of top side. Rumble's just sitting there, but at this point, you have to recall and use your TP advantage. You have a minute to set this up, and you know the top wave's coming out. This is a macro misplay by FlyQuest. And then they just get mind controlled into this fucking fight. They don't use Talia wall. Like, the other thing, like, frankly, Jensen is just mispositioned. Like, if Jensen is in a stronger angle to get a wall here, maybe they can do something. Maple doesn't even have to ult because there's never any threat to his backline. What a whack ass decision by FlyQuest.
To the MSI planes has been sublime.
Super high value ultimate from Jinjia. He got the Cataclysm on Bwipo and Masu in that one. Masu running for his life now.
He might just escape. Gets into that. Oh, he's going to back there. The wave too far away, and it's already pushed up. Betty looking for him. Great play for Masu, and he still hasn't burned the flash. He still hasn't done the flash. Masu, a veritable Houdini here. But the Dragon will go over to PSG, not solved for them. Remember, that's only their third of the game.
Yeah, really, again, though, nice team fight from PSG. And you see how they play this in 2 steps, getting these big chunks first, not overextending in the first attempt. Then after they've got the big health lead, pushing forward, really making a lot of use of this.
Dude, do you think FlyQuest knows that side lanes exist?
Look how it started with Busio starting with the hook here. Then Inspired actually used this Edwani ultimate over on the side on Maple, which got shrugged off. And that's the Cataclysm Rumble ultimate combo we were talking about on both Whippo and Masu. Got a lot of value there. The Cataclysm guaranteed.
All right, we're doing the old flipperino. Okay, nice wall. This is why could hey guys, why couldn't we do this on Dragon Soul? Why couldn't we do this play on Dragon Soul? Yeah, okay. Look how easy it is. Don't chase. Just leave.
I thought 100 Thieves hadn't made it to MSI, but apparently they're here. Jazza still looking for more as Jensen steps in. The unraveled earth doesn't land with the seismic shot. Likewise, I think you should just disengage as if you can. Betty's going to keep stepping forward, but PSG won't go any further for the fight.
The Jinx Rockets have been pretty fun to follow this game. Another kind of close one there, but nice little slip out, and that is a really good force on the Baron here for FlyQuest. You mentioned earlier, the increases to Baron damage. Those were to the abilities, too. And so as long as people are still cognizant and like dodging the abilities,
more like a raid boss now. You actually have to dodge stuff.
I definitely like the direction, but FlyQuest here, nice call on actually rushing it down and being able to use that too to then turn onto PSG. A little bit, I got very, very nervous there as a possible over chase. But they did not overstep their bounds here. And again, this game so incredibly close. We're going to approach 40 minutes in our very first game of MSI, Medic.
Oh my goodness. Average game time around the world about 30 to 33 minutes in most regions. We're already 7 minutes past it. Obviously, I think it's only the second competitive tournament we've seen on 14-8. This and the EMEA Masters.
Spucky. Morning MSI with Monty. We really gonna need an LFN bug for coffee now. Yeah, it's true. I should get an LFN bug made.
Flash, obviously, and his full build on this Jinx. Jensen as well has a Zhonya's Hourglass alongside Leandri's Seraphs and the Crypt Bloom. On the other side, though, Maple is at 4 items as well, and Azure has the Crypt Bloom alongside his Leandri's and Zhonya's. So there's a lot of damage on either side, and it really feels like if FlyQuest are able to...
Monty's staring at his cam. Looks like he's staring into our souls. I have the Elgato prompter now, and that's where my Twitch chat is. So now I can look at you guys. When I reach Twitch chat, I'm looking at my camera. It's fancy new tech.
FlyQuest away. 45 seconds still on this Baron buff. Another wave coming in about 15. FlyQuest will be looking to push this in, at least raise one of these inhibitor towers. Not going to be
what's on my right? Twitch and YouTube chat. So I have 2 monitors and then the prompter right here. All right, so surely FlyQuest wins this game, right? With this Baron power play. Masu's 1 HP. How do you get to 1 HP? Oh, he got hit by Sand Soldiers. And then he gets hit by Senna ults, so they have to back off. Okay, so they don't crack base. Jensen. Okay, good back off. X Ghetto, thank you for your Twitch Prime sub.
That's the thing, if you keep FlyQuest around for a little bit more here, you then get much better setup on this Soul Point Dragon for everyone, or Soul Dragon, a Hextech Soul for either team.
And these Betty ultimates over the top, this Senna is providing show.
Yeah, Senna's huge now, right?
Just so much work in these fights.
It was such a big pickup for the team. Can't say it enough here. As it's going to come down to a very nice dragon buff fight here.
I don't know if it ends. To my blood.
I'm down for the ride. I'm down for the roller coaster.
Cannon Minion took the tower.
The hero Cannon Minion.
Huge.
All right, so surely FlyQuest gets this next Drake in 40 seconds, right? They wouldn't forget about side lanes again. I mean, this time, Whippo at least doesn't have TP, but it's coming up. Okay, push up bot, please. FlyQuest. FlyQuest, I need you to push up bot. Okay, good job, Jensen.
Give you
Good job. You have ult up. You have TP. Please push up bot.
It's more about opening up a
Yes, 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 yes. No, no, surely we're not just going to fight in the mid lane again.
Set up for the Dragon
This isn't
Roll.
some sort of deja vu that I'm experiencing, guys.
Jensen was spotted in bot lane, pushing out that wave. He's now moved up to join the rest of FlyQuest.
Oh my god, it's exactly the same play.
Previous teamfight flashes up across the board. No one summonerless as Junja steps forward with Azure. PSG.
Why is Jensen not in the back of the pit? Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Where is it? Why is he there? Why is he there?
Woody stepping in. Busio locked up with the Cataclysm. He has to flash away. The Glacier
Okay, okay.
PSG stepping into that fog of war.
Junjia's Jarvid is sus.
Whippo takes a little bit of damage. Woody stepping in.
He's trying to kill Busio.
He has to flash away. The Glacier Prism on Junja.
All right, they proc hysterics. Okay, Jensen, please, please go to a flank angle. Please. Here. Please, Bwippo, make space for Jensen. Please.
Dragon now spawning, but Junja, the jungler for PSG.
Yes, 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 yes. Okay, wall, yes, 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 yes. It's too early. The wall's too early. Why is the wall so early?
The flag down, Busio falls low, Junja dashes in, the Weaver's Wall falls down, Inspired still looking for the play, it might just be
No, the wall was too early. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, they got it.
a smite, but can FlyQuest get out? The
Doesn't matter.
answer seems to be no. TP into the mid lane by Woody. They're trying to look for the win here. 3 members of FlyQuest down. Whippo and Inspired have to hold the line.
PSG are coming for game number 1.
To the mid lane by between the two. Will PSG end up on the wrong side for them? Junja puts the flag.
So Masu gets Senna ulted again. Oh my god. The Senna damage onto Masu is crazy. All right, well, late game's at 43-minute Senna. Wins game. Holy shit, so many souls. Such range. Wow. She finished Infinity Edge right before that fight, guys. She actually just get full builded. Wow, that is crazy. What a weird game.
After the initial lane swaps, perhaps they fell a little bit behind. Busio looked
Well, I think PSG could have won that if they didn't throw the first Baron, guys.
So critical here.
I think that was highly winnable.
Especially a lot of those AD junglers.
I'm gonna go grab some more coffee. I'll be right back.
So famous.
How are you feeling after Broncos traded for Zach Wilson and drafting Bo Nix? I mean, I don't watch college football, so I don't know how to feel about Bo Nix. And, I mean, Zach Wilson sucks, but I guess you need depth, so whatever. He was basically free. You say traded, but when they trade a 6th round pick, that's irrelevant. I mean, look at the value. They traded a 6th round pick for 2nd overall 1st round draft pick, Zach Wilson. All right, game 2. Let's go. I have 3 hours to finish these 2 series before I have to leave.
Yeah, if you are in NA watching this, you are not dreaming. The bans are the same as game 1 so far. We'll see if things switch up. FlyQuest obviously on blue side, electing that after losing game 1 of the series. Last time they banned the Calista here. We'll see if they go for that again. Instead, Renata taken.
Okay, we are going to see the Ari and the Vi band again. Interesting that Renata is taken out here because I guess they're thinking that Callista's going to be left up. Okay, so we're going to... Yeah, first pick Lucian. Okie dokie.
That can be extremely scary. The Ashe picked up here.
And a Lucian. And we're going to prio pick the Nami as well. Of course, and the Talia. All right. Talia obviously could have been used better in the last game, especially in late game objective control, but is what it is.
Could look for something a little bit more aggressive, but you have already long-range engage with the Enchanted Crystal Arrow, and Azir to follow that up gives you great pick potential, and you know, it's Maple. You might as well put him on one of his more comfortable champions in the Azir.
He did a good job keeping up on the side laning too, even in the stages of the game where...
So do you guys like this? Like, so the Nautilus ban, again, Chovy's been playing in the top side a little bit. Take out the Poppy one more time, especially because we already picked Callista Ashe. So Bully Lane coming on through, Double Hail of Blades, and Jin Zhao. Denying the Volibear pick, we're taking Sejuani. Maokai over now for Inspired. So really strong engage here. Big front line, and we're blinding the Urgot again. Interesting. I mean, the Urgot was good last game. It could have been played better, and we're just going to play Cassante into it, I guess.
It was expected to be difficult for FlyQuest, and a series in which I did see a few people saying, well...
All right, so surprising win for PSG in game number 1. PSG probably could have won a lot faster had they played that first Baron better. They're going to take away the Sejuani now. Strong primary engage with, you know, they have conditional engage with Sejuani ult and Ashe ultimate, so they can go fishing for these engages. Feels pretty good. Again, pretty standard front-to-back team fighting. I hope they actually split better this time with the Urgot when they have the advantage. And we'll probably be playing mid lane. We'll see how Masu and Busio do. You have to play very aggressively here. You know, it's going to be hard, I think, to play the Lucian also, because you have to be really worried about Sejuani and Ashe ults getting caught out, because you have to frontline as the Lucian.
When it's appropriate. Okay. It's not appropriate here. That was a time difference. It's like 2 a.m. It's 2 a.m.
You'll warn me before you give me the sucker punch.
So Masu has to have fancy fingers.
You know, I'll praise PSG. I'm not gonna break.
Will you do bangers only every game day around this time? Yes, except for tomorrow.
Right, so we did get,
around this time, yes. So I'm in Colorado at the moment. So yes, you know, I'm planning to start around 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern.
So again, not going to have the wards up for it for PSG, but is going to mean that Aji is going to be a little bit delayed here. Once again, last time Aji was delayed as well because they didn't go in there and get any of the riskier ones. This one is a little bit more standard here of the lane swap style for FlyQuest. This is the one where you have Whippo helping out in the jungle. Clear, Inspired, goes for the invade. They're starting
4 p.m. CEST, yes. Central European summertime is 4 p.m. when I will be starting.
Up on top side. If anybody from PSG tries to go sneak experience, you know.
You doing tomorrow or just a different time? I will not have a chance to do tomorrow because I'm going to be out all day.
You got all 4 people there. If anyone's around, then you can go for the dive. But PSG are just doing the full answer there.
It actually looks like a slight difference in the way the teams have played the lane swap. It's a 2-wave stack in the top lane.
All right, let's talk about this lane swap that's coming in. Again, we're going to dodge it. It's less surprising, I think, that they dodged this time around. It was a little surprising we wanted to lane swap in the last game. because, you know, like Sanatom Kench is kind of whatever. Like you play the Jinx into that. But playing into the double hail blades would be pretty annoying, I think, for the Lucian and Nami here. So they are just, this time though, we see a different start. So once again, FlyQuest is on the blue side. Last time they started a weak side jungle start, right? Remember? And they didn't do a follow. This time we're doing the 3 can't follow. And what this is going to be is this is going to be a second wave crash. Because you can tell they're pushing very aggressively. And it's like I've been saying recently, guys, if you do the jungle follow, like both sides are doing right now, you actually can second wave crash here. And then we'll probably see, hopefully there's a Demolish proc that comes through this time. The Demolish procs were a little bit lacking in game number 1. Not sure what was about.
It actually looks like a slight difference in the way the teams have played the lane swap. It's a 2-wave stack in the top lane for FlyQuest, the wave already crashing onto that tower, whereas Betty and Woody have decided on a 3-wave stack. So Whippo is here catching this wave. He might TP down towards the bottom lane, but there's a lot more minions there. And
no, there's too much of a threat of a dive. Like Whippo's just gonna stay top side. Okay, so we do not have Demolish in this on Nami. I mean, you wouldn't normally take it, obviously, so I guess their eyes are towards more the mid game and what they can do. Washed up 222. Thank you for your tier 1 sub. Can't wait to catch the VOD on YouTube after work. Very good. I will be having all of these edited as well, guys. So we'll do the highlights also.
From PSG as they see this happening, because usually you're like, oh yeah, we're funneling turret plate money into our AD carries.
Okay, so here's what they do. Interestingly here, this was a pretty big switch up, guys. So what they're doing is they're actually doing an early recall off of the second wave crash. So we're just going to monitor lane swaps throughout MSI, obviously. So we did second wave crash. We do not have Demolish, right? So we're not going to get the same number of plates. But what we are going to do is after second wave crash, allow this to push back out. And we are going to start to get solo XP onto our Urgot. So can they get an advantage here onto Urgot is going to be the question. Because the price they're paying is like an extra plate. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it'll be an extra plate.
But FlyQuest here with Whippo being a veteran.
So then they're going to TP top with Ozzy to kind of push out. Okay, so nice adaptation. But Whippo ends up with a TP advantage as a result. He's also going to have an XP advantage. No, he won't. Ozzy's going to hit level 2 because he's picking up the minions at the tower. JK. So Ozzy does get the XP advantage. But we avoided some of the early lane bullying.
Ginger doesn't have any support, so it would have just been a smite fight, and Inspired wins that one out.
But there's going to be TP prio now, so it'll be interesting to see if they push. The question I have now is, does this get pushed out, and then they lane swap again using TP?
And so because FlyQuest opted to then do the swap backs and their bottom lane down to the bottom side while keeping Whippo up there.
Do you upload VODs to YouTube or only on Twitch? On YouTube, I'm streaming, so you can watch the VOD right now from the start, because that's how YouTube works, because you can rewind. But if you go to the live tab on my YouTube, there will be the VODs there, and then I will have the edited versions up also. So you'll have multiple ways to watch this.
The more I think about it, Kobe, the more I like getting Masu and Busio these early levels. Because
yeah, so Masu and Busio now got level 3, which is super nice to have on Lucian Nami. They didn't get bullied out by double hailed blades. They actually do have a slight CS advantage also. And we've kind of evened out when it comes to top laner golden experience.
And now you can just lane against them because you have those extra spells and you can actually trade effectively.
Yeah, Medic's making good points.
Exactly. The most fearsome part about these lanes for
HPPNZ, thank you, Hypniz, for your Twitch Prime sub. I appreciate it. Yeah, I am multi-streaming. Maybe I should stream on Twitter as well.
Is going to allow them to match back up in pretty nice terms. So that's the thing with these lane swaps too. It's the flexibility, and they don't always have to be full or keeping up to them, depending on your circumstances of the matchups. Being able to go back towards the mid game as well, but Woody's moving up on them.
Good bubble from Busio. Masu trading onto Woody. You could see Betty was trying to get in there as well, but a bubble from Busio stops the advance of the AD carry. Woody also going for the barrier. because of the burst potential of the Lucian Nami. Really, like you love to have Ghost on Ashe support because of how much better it makes you at just chasing your opponents. You can dash in and out of auto range, but when you're playing into something with so much burst potential, you really need to take that barrier. Inspired chucks a sapling across the wall. Ginger has Smite and will secure the big one, but Inspired takes a few of those little razor peaks.
Yeah, he wanted to keep up the continued counter jungling, but since the lane swaps were broken, Inspired coming back on normal pathway.
Yeah, Smout Guy is always good, basically. He still provides all, I mean, he still has the best engage in the game, basically, right? And he provides free vision at the professional level with his saplings, so, you know, that you can't clear easily. So, Maokai will pretty much always be good.
Move right back up. They can get their objective here. Got the move from Jensen, too, on this Talia. More active this time around. He's got his ulti.
Okay, force TP. Nice. Back off.
Back onto him. Jensen takes a tower shot. Maple coming in. Doesn't have that Emperor's Divide, so in the end, the teleport burnt for PSG and no summoners invested.
Okay, so now we can probably take grubs here, top side.
No summoners burnt in that exchange for FlyQuest.
All right, Maple kind of hovering around too. Drops the ward in the back of the Void.
Jensen doesn't have TP though.
Since they had the recall from Jensen, Inspired just has Whippo with him. And Maple's going to be able to force Inspired to smite the first of the Void Grubs and then back off of them.
I think it's important to take away the 6, though, because in game 1, the 6 was pretty good for PSG to give them a lot of bonus damage, but I think in a game like this...
Jensen's recall, though, because he was low, and because he doesn't have TP, means they could only take one of the Void Grubs on the top side before Genji. So Genji actually getting a lot of work done here in the river.
He goes back to finish the job. You see what I did to the last Void Grubs? Jujia goes in, gets the other. That Talia with Sejuani ultimate.
Okay, now we're just going to TP top.
A pass here through towards Jensen.
All right, so we're not actually going to see any kind of...
Maple, his ultimate is coming off in a few seconds. So definitely a kind of...
We're not actually going to see any kind of lane swapping again, so they're happy just to get the first few levels off of the lane swap. Suffer basically a plate disadvantage. Although they did get the top side off of that last push, so in the end, it kind of works out for them. And now Bwippo's going to be able to bully. So this actually is working out really well for FlyQuest, I think.
A little bit of information denial there by the mid lane for FlyQuest, and will protect him a little bit, obviously, as well, if Ginger decides to walk across there.
Low visit towards bottom side, but...
Hawk shot is so broken, man.
Nice, you sound like a jungler. One of us.
It's so broken. I played a bunch of Ashe support for a while. It's just such a strong ability if you place it correctly. Inspired, spotted Ginger stepping in.
All right, round 3 on the big raptor.
Ginger gets it, and he gets one of the small ones as well. Inspired force away the red buff up as well. And with the push from bot lane, PSG can invest resources into this. Bring your double AD carries across. Maple stepping in as well. He's going to answer Jensen's push in the mid lane. Will Marcio and Busio look for this fight? No level 6 on Busio.
He knows that Junjia used his smite on the big raptor, so if he had some vision there, then Inspired could have gone in since he didn't have his smite timer, and the smite timers were desynced. But as you mentioned, the duo lanes make the jungle invade, and so he can't even get any vision, doesn't want to mess around with anything dangerous there. Now, though, pushed up again. Lucian Nami on turret, calling Inspired on over.
What do you make of Lethality Callista in both this game? I mean, I think it can be good if you're not going to get a bunch of autos. Like, the thing about it is that if you're doing the Q-Max, like, Opportunity Callista, I think it's better a Dilution because you want to chunk him when he goes forward. Like, you're realistically not going to have a chance to just auto, you know, do a million autos against a Lucian. So I think, like, you want it because if you can hit the Q when he's at the front line, it dissuades him from frontlining. So I think it's situational. Like, obviously, the first time I saw somebody do this was Pays on Genji.
Yeah, definitely like shotgun knees with your AoE damage.
Definitely like blowing up people's faces.
I was kind of like, how far back do we want to go? But it is really, really nice. Like, the damage adds up. Splash damage on.
Yeah, and you do it into Talia. I agree, Lord Parasite. Like, if you are going to, you know, have the Talia, you can't just jump around on top of the Talia E. So I think it's just better here in general.
Especially Urgot be super successful. We want to go. But it is really, really nice. Like, the damage adds up. Splash damage on double melee front lines as well. We've seen especially Urgot be super successful.
Got caught while pink warding. Unfortunate. Oh, well.
delivered to him on a silver platter. Not sure he needed to take that one as Ash support, but he would very happily take the 400 gold.
Yeah, that is the play we were kind of expecting a little bit earlier, but even if it's delayed, still bringing the extra one there too. Destroy Jensen. He had no timer to use the flash. I believe it had like...
I think it was back up, but yeah, as you say, CC Chain was...
immediately comboed and deleted there. So nice little surgical play from PSG. Pass through, get some more money, and Maple once again, so reliable there on the Azir.
Also, burns Jensen's TP and going to the top lane with the Dragon up in 30 seconds. PSG got the first of this game. They try and claim some river control. Master and Bootsy are pushing up bot. Inspired will join them to step into this jungle. Maple Emperor's Divide will be back up in about 45 seconds or so should be up for a Dragon fight.
Yeah, good job by him. You know, he gets the turret plate money while just walking forward. Doesn't get hit by the seismic shove. Even gets his auto attack damage right back off as well. So really, really confident play from him. And now, next cooldown for it. Let's see if they make the move. Is inspired right now, going through bottom to move up to mid.
He was just dodging everything, man. Guy's got his blue suede shoes on. He's going to keep trading with Jensen here. The flash still available. Good look for a unraveled volley there.
I think it's just going to be nice, as you kind of mentioned, denying the full 6, but it should be pretty easy for PSG here to pick up, get the 4 bonus, get your at least 1 Void Might. That really is like a lot of pushing power in itself. 2 is super nice as well, you know, obviously.
Deprioritization of the Void Grubs on FlyQuest interesting this series. Now that we've we've seen the buffs to the Void Might, oh man, that's so bad by Jensen. He recalls in Vision versus an Ashe.
That really is like a lot of pushing power in itself. 2 is super nice as well. You know, obviously if you could get all 6, super nice, but even just getting...
He doesn't know he's in Vision. There's a ward right here that catches him out, but it is just super free arrow.
Coming out of the darkness, hits him square in the middle of the head, and Maple gets his first kill of the game.
Woody is the sniper this time around. Nice shot from him. And it's also nice too because, you know, Woody got kill credit last time around, so it's like, here you go.
Yeah, just a little gift, you know? Yeah.
Benevolent support here.
Can I offer you an egg in this trying time?
The ward is pinged though. Actually, you're right, it is pinged. You are correct. You can see it here. He knows the ward is there. He knows Ash Arrow is up.
He's out of vision, quite nice. He's very deep in the jungle. In the fog.
That's super sloppy by Jensen. You're right, the ward is pinged. He absolutely knows that it's there, and you can see the timer on it.
You're trying to avoid all the possible ward positions, because if you see the arrow on a ward, it's a lot easier to dodge, obviously.
And it comes over the giant wall there, shooting it through the terrain. He himself on Fog of War, so. And the ward in the mid lane as well, helping spot out where Jensen was recalling. And now 2 kills over to PSG. The gold swings in their favor as Jensen burns the flash to get away from Maple.
Maple gets his flash out of him too.
Target this game.
Man, Maple just constantly walking forward on these seismic shoves too, not getting hit by any of them.
Hey, Kobe, it's 30 minutes in the game. It's time for Inspired to lane gank. Hiding in the bush. Can't find anyone. Junja here as well, though. Inspired, not that tanky yet. Only has the Kindle Gem. And a cloth armor to his name. The Glacial Prism. Here's the arrow to follow. Tsunami out from Bootsio. The route into the Fate's Call. Will they re-engage? Woody here has the flash. Dashes back. Bootsio falling low. Has to burn a flash of his own. Maple look for Jensen once again. Flash away by...
Dude, Jensen's just missing all his damage onto Maple.
Found a re-engage and Betty back. Bootsio falling low. Has to burn a flash of his own. Maple look for Jensen once again. Flash away.
Watching Jensen take these Azir duels with Astilia has not been encouraging. What the fuck are they doing? Like, basically Junjia leaves, and then they're in a 3v2 at the bot side. I mean, I guess he dodges the bubble with flash, but not a super great trade.
In the end, a 1-for-1 exchange, 2-for-1 exchange, in fact, in favor of FlyQuest.
Oh, I kind of want to see the replay of the bottom side because Junjia actually left the bottom lane there. Inspired stuck around. You're kind of memeing on him and his lane game.
He loves them, and they work.
But he stuck around, and he's able to get 2 kills into the Lucian. Once again, into Masu, into the FlyQuest rookie AD carry. All right, so we know what happened in the initial trade here, and the cooldown's used. Sejuani ultimate used, and then they're going to use the Kalista ultimate as well. But really what we're looking for here is kind of the exit afterwards.
Post this moment.
Exactly. You have the ward.
It's a good play by Inspired.
And then they're going to use the Kalista ultimate as well. But really what we're looking for here is kind of the exit afterwards.
Post this moment.
Exactly.
The thing is, Junjia, I mean, I don't know. This is another split call by PSG. Their comms are pretty sloppy, looks like. Like, Junjia is trying to go up to do Scuttle Crab, and his bot lane is still trying to pressure in the bot side. Like, he literally just walks away to go try and get Scuttle. You know, they have a good opportunity to get Scuttle, but, like, why are they still pushed up if Junji is going to walk back to get Scuttle? This situation was handled in the jungle, so there's no real chance that Talia comes through. But the bot lane just fucking kind of griefing it when Junjia leaves.
Two of the kills, you know, and both of them going into the actual Lucian himself here. The carry that they're looking to force feed is exactly what FlyQuest would need to try and get their way right back into this. You kind of touched on it earlier when you're talking about the lane swap and Lucian Nami really wanting a couple of those levels, but this is the moment in the game where you're building for, when you get to rotate them to mid lane, once you get the single item completion even for both of them, when you have that extra proc damage.
Yeah, the Imperial Mandate just does so much work.
Yeah, Mandate plus the Shiv combo, really, really good burst damage, and so you get those Lucian dashes in for the big chunks. Let's see if FlyQuest's young bottom lane can actually pay them back for it.
It's a good play by Inspired, though. Like, the flash W engage really does a lot of work there.
Jinx more about stepping back, waiting for your opportunities to strike. Masu here on that front line once again.
Inspired is sitting on a ton of money right now. He needs to recall.
A couple of kills for Masu in the bot lane when he's turning.
Bottom lane, their way right. But really what we're looking for here is kind of the... He stuck around and he...
Like, Inspired actually, look how much money he has. He literally has Bootsu and a Kindle Gem. Like, this was actually probably fightable, potentially. I mean, Inspired does have his ult up. He gets his ult up right now again. But he is one squishy Maokai at the moment.
When you have that extra proc damage.
Yeah, the Imperial Mandate just does so much work.
Yeah, Mandate plus the Shiv combo, really, really good burst damage, and so you get those Lucian dashes in for the big chunks. Let's see if FlyQuest's young bottom lane can actually pay them back for it.
And the Lucian much more about getting in the enemy's faces, and the Jinx more about stepping back, waiting for your opportunities to strike. Masu here on that front line once again. Lucio just buffing him up. And a couple of kills for Masu in the bot lane, and he's turning tides for FlyQuest, because like Jensen has just been punished over and over again in this game. Maple is getting ahead. You can see the lead as well for Woody. Kind of expected when you gets a couple of kills, and the Halo Blades helping you out in the early game as well. You can see Busio still hasn't even upgraded his World Atlas, so just Woody slightly ahead in terms of support itemization. There's the rapid fire cannon now for Masu as well.
I think one of the biggest things, and since this is, you know, game 2 showing up as well with a lot of the mid lane focus, a lot of people had their eyes on this matchup with Jensen meeting back up with Maple. By the way, the all-time matchup between these two players, because they did also play on the international stage back in 2016, it was tied coming into the series, 3-3. Maple, of course, getting the 4-3 advantage after last game. But
so do we just stop if FlyQuest win this game? We must be permanently tied. You can never break this.
Ended on a tie. Well, it doesn't...
FlyQuest still down a couple K gold right now.
The mid lane focus is really
and the pressure here, in theory, especially with the 5 Void Grubs, is pretty good. Okay, Junjia misses. Inspired still has ult. A force TP. Why are we still walking forward when Maokai has ult? Okay, they're committing suicide. That's fucking terrible by PSG, by the way. Like, they literally don't do anything, miss anything. Betty gets chunked out, guys. They opt into the TP. Okay, Maple dodges the bubble after coming through on the... But they are still a Sejuani, or they're still a Talia wall. There's still a Maokai ultimate, so the counter engage is absolutely massive. That was incredibly badly played by PSG.
chunked out by the Culling.
Paid off for him with Woody firing the arrows through mid lane with those extra ganks.
Ninja looking for inspired here. Nice foul first. Woody stepping forward. Betty chunked out by the Culling and Masu. So aggressive flash.
It's actually amazing that
Away by Betty. TP in.
Masu gets hit by that, but he also just doesn't use any of his subs. Masu's summoner holds in this series have been very good. Like, his summoner economy has been excellent. He doesn't panic. Masu's good, guys. He's actually a good player. Mechanically, he's good. His decision-making in these fights has been good. But Betty is just chunked out of that fight. I mean, this is how you use Lucian. Yeah, this has been really well played. The Lucian has been well played. You actually, this is how you play it. You play aggressively in the mid lane to get control. You play aggressively in the mid lane to get control, to get chunks down, and then your team is able to get control and vision. But Genjia has been so hot on the trigger finger on some of these ults, both on the Jarvan and now on the Sejuani. But look at the turn on this. I mean, the tidal wave, Maokai ult, Talia wall. This is a much better... FlyQuest actually got coached up, looks like, during that break in the last game. Because remember that they are now actually kiting, which they should have been doing last game. And they're using their ultimates a hell of a lot better. But super terrible use of TP there from PSG. Opportunity now finished. I just don't understand when Betty is chunked out and you use Sejul, you just have to take the L.
With that culling, that is one of the big reasons for the duo, as we were mentioning. Now he's on 2-item power spike here with this rapid fire Shiv double proc combo, and FlyQuest off of that kill, they return right back to the dragon. Whipple's bottom lane, but he has teleport.
Ooh, the damage of Jensen though. This lethality, Kalista can put out a lot of work with her spears. Whipple comes in, Purge activated. Dragon secured, Ginger on his way. No Glacial Prism for him. It's actually just come back off cooldown, I think.
Hey.
PSG. We're looking for something, we couldn't find anything in the end, just watching a movie of FlyQuest taking their second dragon of the game. Rift Tower coming down as well in mid lane, charging forward. FlyQuest opening up a lot of the map right now, getting quite a lot of neutral objectives, can't quite crack the tower.
Mini-map 2 is kind of giving away the shot calling here for PSG. They have Maple heading up. They wanted to try and punish FlyQuest. They're like, hey, if they stick around and try and finish off this tower, Maple come in.
Nice trades from Masu.
He's actually going in anyway. He's going in for a little chunk though, but he has all game. Maple go in for a Shurima shuffle and try and sweep them in and punish them, but FlyQuest did not stick around their solo.
Did you see Maple?
Well, let's see about the rest. All of FlyQuest are coming up here.
Okay, now we have TP.
Whipper trying to get behind Maple, who just slides away. Azure can use the path maker to try and escape. Does have the all out as well, and will pull Inspired back. Ginger on that front line. There's the arrow hit.
Nice hit on a Jensen. Everybody on FlyQuest is here now. Okay, get out, FlyQuest. Aji has TP, so he can TP bot. Oh, they're waiting to see. They're going to try and get this turret, and then, okay, so they're TPing top just to get the turret. They were trying to see if there was going to be potentially, I think, a play to bake TPing bot. They probably wouldn't TP bot with Baron spawning right now, actually.
They got the tower on the counter push there and calling Aji back in with his teleport. So PSG
not sure they actually had to use TP there. I think that was a waste of TP. I think that was a waste of TP. I think you get this turret no matter what. Jensen doesn't have TP and he's recalling, and Bwipo's 1 HP and has no TP. That's actually a waste of TP by PSG. Also, would he just flash volleys? That's two wasted sums on that push. You get that turret no matter what, and they just get double bubbled.
But they got the tower on the counter push there and calling Aji back in with his teleport. So PSG come out of it, countering the play from FlyQuest, getting the objective, getting top tower down and the extra little bit of a gold there. It got a little risky because the only one they actually caught with the Maokai ultimate under tower is a Cassante. And then you're like, okay, well, I'm like Q bumping back a Cassante towards the rest of my team, and then he just ults inspired, and it got a little dicey there with the health bars. It was a very good response from PSG immediately after seeing the extra attempted turn there.
It's FlyQuest just seeing if they could find something. Weren't quite able to manage it. Masu, though, still holding onto his flash and his cleanse. Busio the same. The arrow a possibility from Woody, but Masu with that cleanse can play relatively aggressive here. Woody could just look for the slow over the wall.
And Inspired is no stranger, to playing on the international stage with rookie AD carries and setting them up for success. Namely, we think back to his time on EG with Danny, and here another game where he's rushing Knight's Vow. He's playing the Maokai. He flashed in to get some early kills for the Lucian, for Masu. Really trying to set him up for success.
But it's only Jensen locked up, Inspired with a good twisted advance to dodge away from the arrow himself. So it's 2 ultimates used by PSG. Not too much burnt out of FlyQuest. Whippo pushing in bot lane. Azure's going to walk across here, but Whippo has a lot of damage right now with the Black Cleaver. Azure Pathmaker's out. You can see that's what the Urgot does best. Give him time with a tank and start to shred. Oh, yeah. Well, the Weaver's Wall coming out as well.
Walls have been much better this game. I think Jensen got a talking to between game 1 and game 2. Like, they're playing much cleaner with the objective control with Talia this time. It's a major difference. They're also pushing side lanes better. This is such a better game from FlyQuest. They're actually using their fucking advantages. I think game 1 they should have won. I mean, PSG should have won it by not giving up first Baron, but after they gave up that first Baron, I think FlyQuest should have won game 1.
On Soul Point, FlyQuest still need at least one more Drake before they get towards that possible Ocean Soul.
Yeah, with that extra money of secondary side lane turret going down, Whipple is able to finish up his Steric's Gauge too. This item is so OP right now. It got nerfed pretty heavily on live. And for Urgot specifically, this combo here allows him to be on the front line, but as you said, also shredding right through the double tank lines with the rush on the Black Cleaver and those explosive shotgun knees. So Whippo once again set up to be a critical piece here for FlyQuest, and they send him back topside now to finish up on that topside turret while the dragon spawns, and they know that PSG are going to head towards that one.
Just going to go for a full 7 dragons again this game, it seems. Kobe traded as the tower falls in the top lane.
Whippo does have teleports.
Dragon's already down to 1,000. Junja doesn't spite it. Inspired takes again this game.
Wow, Inspired just rocks up and takes Soul Point. How does this happen? How does this happen? There are a million Callista Spears in there. What the fuck, man?
Are going to head towards that one.
PSG, what the fuck?
Again this game, it seems. Kobe traded as the tower falls in the top lane.
Does have teleports.
What? What the fuck? There's a million Callista Spears. How does this happen? How does Inspired steal this? He's on a ward. They just see him. He just walks up. What? What? Do these guys' comms are the worst of PSG has the worst comms of all time. I'm convinced, dude. That is illegal. They don't red, they don't spike, they don't do anything. What the fuck?
Trying to get away, but Woody can't even get over the tower. Now the wolves descend, the chasing pack. Busio will fall. But so
what the fuck, man?
Get the steal and get the fight.
That was so horrible by PSG. Everything about this sucks total balls. By the way, guys, remember how I said last game? Why are we not side laning? Look at what's happening here. Look, they're actually pushing top with a TP advantage and a fucking fed Urgot. Look, they're doing it, guys. They fixed all the mistakes they made last game. This is really good adjustments. But I don't even understand how this fucking happens. Like, Ozzy's not here answering this. He's like in mid-wave. They have no mid-wave control. They have no mid-wave control.
So Whippo once again set up to be a critical piece here for FlyQuest, and they send him back topside now to finish up on that topside turret while the dragon spawns. And they know
I mean, this is smart, right? You, like, who cares about Ocean Soul, really? Use the pressure that you have. I mean, you just get it for free, I guess, but this is outrageously bad by PSG. They have no mid control. They're not stopping the top push. How do you lose this? And then everybody on PSG is like big chillin', and then they use TP. What is Ozzy doing? I can't see what Ozzy's doing. I think he's literally just walking around doing nothing. Okay, he's walking to his team. He doesn't use TP. He's not in position. Whippo TP's behind them, and then they all die. Outrageous. Outrageously bad macro from Ozzy. That is such a fucking galactic macro fail. All right, guys. It was a macro blast, though. It was a macro blast. By FlyQuest. Somehow.
Perfectly dodging the Emperor's Divide. Betty and Woody trying to get away, but Woody can't even get over the tower. Now,
Busio, by the way, finds the one way he could possibly die and wastes both his sums while doing it. Dude, Busio is fucking criminal in this series. Look at this. Busio, why are you walking up? They literally have nowhere to go. There's a wall here. This is your side. This is blue side of the map. They're deep behind enemy lines right now. You don't have to be the one to walk up. Master also gets walled off. Unlucky.
Whippo and if he's going to teleport or not. Meanwhile, Inspired just slowly walks up and steals the dragon, and then they immediately kill Jinjia afterwards too. And
I like how he used both of his sums too. He couldn't just die in peace. He had to use all of his sums at the same time.
Jinjia has a chance to like counter steal here. He does have flash available. And
TP as well is up before this wall behind. I actually slightly worried for FlyQuest here. If this fight goes any longer, Jinjia trying to get around the wall here. It's already down to 5,000. They pull up. TP's behind. The Emperor's Divide, not a possibility. Jinjia goes in. Jinjia looking for the steal. It's down to 1,700. Jinjia trying to get around the wall here.
What a fiesta this game is. Jinjia just gets the steal. So he literally just stuns, flashes in. Oh, Inspired plays himself. So you see this is the 1700. And Inspired tries to Q, but it ends up with the steal. So it's the Inspired smite. He tries to Q smite, and it ends up with a kill for Jinjia.
To clean it up, Whippo gets a double. The ace is going to go over to FlyQuest. Even though they lose the Baron, they win the fight.
Aji is going to have nightmares of Whippo. All of PSG might have nightmares. That Urgot was insane. He got the ultimate at the...
Whippo the savior. All right, Whippo plays this super well. Whippo plays this super well. Look at what Whippo does. So he's in here, he sees Jinjia, does a bunch of damage, has like the Black Cleaver fully stacked. He then... Actually, he flips Ozzy over the wall. Then he actually ults Ozzy for the kill, flashes over the wall to get the fear onto Betty, and then fucking kills Betty. Oh no, never mind. Ozzy goes over the wall himself, but Whippo still had Sterix up, so rip. Really nice play by Whippo, though. Good flash on the ult.
race is going to go over to FlyQuest. Even though they lose the Baron, they win the fight.
Aji is going to have nightmares of Bwipo. All of PSG might have nightmares. That Urgot was insane.
Now imagine if this Urgot was just splitting last game and actually using the TP advantage that they had in the top lane.
So even though Junjia gets one back, he steals the Baron. Look at this. Actually beautiful from him. Gets in, and it's just a straight up good old-fashioned Baron.
So it was just a miscalculation by Inspired. He tried to Q Smite and it left it with like 175 HP, and then Junjia took it with his Smite, looked like.
Is able to get it for PSG, but then the response from FlyQuest, as Bwipo, you can see at the back of the wall, he makes use of the stair
so
shield.
good.
Then once he has the ultimate coming in, able to go for the flash with the fear on the top side to get Betty as well. Like, he's playing out of his mind here. Even though they did lose the first game, he was
the shining
he
light.
was in control of a lot of the advantages there too. So
He was the shining light for FlyQuest there. Now 5-0-2. Jack Show complete. FlyQuest, even though they lose the Baron, all they will do is slow their
that's
push.
some Urgot damage right there.
7.178k. Inspired, look at the Nature's Grasp here. Ginger can tank it for Betty. That's what he'll do. Inspired tanks the turret. Masu takes a bit of chip damage as steps in front of Betty's spears. But without the Baron, it's a bit harder for FlyQuest to push in, obviously, into the Azir, the Callisto, and the Ashe. They do have enough wave clear to stop FlyQuest in their tracks.
Heavily here as far as getting them.
All right, we just play for Soul now.
Points, only a minute and 40
Ocean Soul and Urgot's going to be extremely strong.
Such a nice lead
Like,
after-
I think Urgot like literally can't die if he has Ocean Soul, especially if he's just split pushing.
Setup's gonna be really big though.
Bwipo's just going, he doesn't give any fucks, dude. He's 4k HP with Sterix. Where's the Sterix? There it is. He's actually just on top of this fucking Callista the whole game with the fear.
So we haven't been giving like player of the games. I don't think we're giving player of the game awards.
Bwipo played that really. He's played super good. It's nice to see his Urgot. That's one of his career signature picks.
6-0-4. He initiated and he demolished PSG. Dragon up in 50 seconds. Soul on the line for FlyQuest. If they can find it, they'll reset and then they'll look to push and get this vision control.
2 blind picks as well.
Yep.
Double blind pick Urgots. Again, he moves in. He's a true juggernaut.
Well, it's because they're lane swapping both games too, so they're just very confident in playing the Urgot in the lane swap.
Was that actually the Urgot? Yes, it definitely was. They used their Azir sweep on him too, but the Sterix popping, like he's so
The Sterix is so huge.
that it's even when he's
And then he gets the ult off so that basically, like, even though he has a million spears in him,
sweep on him too, but the Sterix popping, like he's so ahead. that
it just doesn't do enough damage.
With 5 members there, that's actually where he wants to be. Completely roast them. Chase them
Yeah, the
down,
Sterix was really good.
kills, and
Sterix fucking broken. That's why they nerfed it.
Soul arrival here. FlyQuest gonna force some cooldowns first.
Blocked out with the path maker. No tower here for PSG to retreat to. Maple looking for that flank position. 7 seconds on the Emperor's Divide. Could go a really long way around if he wants to get behind FlyQuest, but he's going to be spotted on control ward now.
All right, watch Woody's positioning too, because the Ash Arrow is ready, but as you said, when you're firing it over vision, it's going to be way, way less effective. So let's see if they can actually retake vision here leading up to the Dragon. FlyQuest, they've got so many advantages setting up for this one. Vision advantage, forcing the small corridor here, move from PSG.
There's the Weaver's Wall, separates Woody and Betty from the team. The engage, a possibility. Seismic shove goes short as PSG maybe look for the re-engage. The arrow out only hits Bwipo.
They prepped top wave 2 minutes ago.
Oh yeah,
The top wave.
standing the
Yeats may that will lock up Betty as
player.
No, I haven't really prepped it.
So they got
They didn't do anything with it, really, I don't think.
as well to retreat to Watt, leading up PSG.
But it is good that it's pushing out. It was slow pushing. I don't see that where they prepped it, really.
Went the entire
If I go back, they haven't prepped it. It's just kind of naturally pushing that way. I just look at the top wave right now.
Forcing the small
But it is a very good situation. Now we probably have the Talia in the right place, too.
They've got so many advantages setting up for this one. Vision advantage, forcing the small corridor here, move from PSG.
There's the Weaver's Wall, separates Woody and Betty from the team. The engage, a possibility.
Well, I lied. It wasn't a great Weaver's Wall, but we got some poke damage down at least.
PSG, they've still got hopes for a big steal here. This would be an objective.
Maokai ulted up in 5, 4, 3. We're waiting for Maokai ult.
So if FlyQuest want, they can just push through mid and look for an inhibitor tower. They're not going to do that. They want the fight.
Yeah, they want the fight.
The soul. There's the Nature's Grasp, blocked up with the Pathmaker. Woody able to stay away from it. Tidal Wave in as well as Ginger falling low, and the Fear Beyond Death will pull back one. Glacial Prism out in time to stop Whipper from getting further into the fight. Ginger has to flash across the wall as PSG are retreating. Maple goes in, flash away by Jensen. Butio falls low.
All right, well, they try and go in, but, I mean, they're so low, it doesn't really matter. The thing is, Whippo exists, so, okay, you kill Masu, but it doesn't actually matter. There's just no way they can walk up. Like, their range is so low. And Woody just didn't have ult for this fight. Because he would have used ult. He used ult here.
Forcing the small corridor here, move from PSG.
There's the Weaver's Wall, separates Woody and Betty from the team. The engage, a possibility.
Woody used his ult right there. Doesn't hit anybody important. Just hits Whippo. Who cares? Badass ult.
PSG, they've still got hopes for a big steal here. This would be an objective bounty as well.
And the problem is PSG now pathing towards the bottom lane have given over mid lane prio. So if FlyQuest want, they can just push through mid and look for an inhibitor tower. They're not going to do that. They want the fight.
Yeah, they want the fight.
It's a really good ult by Inspired.
Blocked up with the Pathmaker. Woody able to stay away from it. Tidal Wave in as well as Ginger's falling low, and the Fear Beyond Death will pull back one. Glacial Prism out in time to stop Whipper from getting further into the fight. Ginger has to flash across the wall as PSG are retreating. Maple goes in.
Betty flashes in on top of Talia E and then gets stunned. Not that it matters because Betty, as soon as he flashes in, I mean, Whippo's going to clean up this fight no matter what. So it's just over.
Inspired through the there as well to make some.
Maple dashes through the unraveled earth and is immediately locked up, and Whippo will just run through PSG. What can you do in the face of a man this wide and this happy to put you in the meat grinder? FlyQuest surround Azure. Wooded can only stand and watch. He's going to infinity and beyond, buried beneath the dirt.
Woody's going to infinity and beyond. That's a good call by Vedic. I like that one. That's funny.
Decisive game 3.
And we wondered after game 1 whether PSG's team fighting would just be too much for FlyQuest. But on the back of Whippo, on the back of a man this wide, FlyQuest have answered that question.
Turns out shotgun knees pretty effective.
Yep.
Great job by Whippo. Nice to see him performing better.
Just love me some shotgun knees. As FlyQuest even out of the series, we'll be going to game 3. Winner of this, remember, goes up against T1 or Estral Esports, our second best of 3 of the day. Loser is not eliminated from MSI. We will see them later on.
That was a really big improvement by FlyQuest, though, off of the first game. I really think their coaches did work in terms of helping them with the side lanes and the better Talia ult usage. That was a really big turnaround, I think.
It works really well as the game goes on, especially if you manage to, get him some experience early on with, keep him in a strong position. He can be very powerful. And
I mean, Ash Calista pick did nothing because
they don't have to,
of the lane swap. It was a very good lane swap.
He's been doing super fine with the blind pick, but we'll see.
Didn't realize Demonte was a coach for them. He's their performance coach. He was on the last episode of Summoning Insight talking about this.
Or if Aji actually wants to, try a different matchup here.
All right, let's go. Final game in this series. We still got the Vi and the Ari bans. We still got the Renekton and Lee Sin bans. Now they're taking out the Lucian. They want to try their luck with the Kalista one more time. And now the Varus was banned against Masu and Gabe #1, but now they're just going to get it. Nautilus is still up, so we can play Varus not here. Really? Karma?
Especially if you go Xin Zhao and you're like, Jinjia Xin Zhao, slam that thing. I want a mid lane Karma.
We're taking mid lane Karma just for pressure. So they need to play around Drake here. Like this composition is about pressuring mid lane, pressuring bot lane, and having Xin Zhao be an aggressive jungler. So we should ban Poppy here, unless you want to take Poppy here, but I think you take Not here. Yeah, you take Not. Okay. Renata Glask with the Kalista makes sense. So they banning Rumble, or they ban Urgot, that provokes the Rumble ban.
Especially with an Oriana and a Varus. Like, you want someone that has team fight.
Twisted Fate, so we can take Poppy here, surely, right? Poppy?
The preference for lane swapping.
Sejuani?
They don't want to have to deal with the range top laners from Whippo's counter pick either.
Will be the Sejuani that you mentioned, Kobe. Good prediction on that. Not really too surprising. I would love to see Woody's Rakan.
I mean, Poppy's good into Xin Zhao, too. Stops as he engage, and it stops Rakan. Actually, Poppy's like, or Rel, kind of a mega pick here, actually. Surely we're not going to see Rel. This is post-Rel jungle nerfs.
The Nautilus and the Varus, because if you are ever caught by them as Rakan, you do get burst down very quickly. Instead, they might look to top first here with the Cassante hover.
So
What's Whippo going to play? Olaf, okay.
On his Zinzao, you know, with the extra support from Karma.
I mean, we've seen a lot of Olaf played with Karma and into picks like Varus, but you can still get on top of the Kalista here, and you can still get on top of the back line, and it's good versus the Xin Zhao, too.
Pretty comfortable as far as this draft, and
there we are.
I know me some Whippo.
You can also just put the ball on top of him. Like, the strength here for FlyQuest is that you actually could just put the ball on top of Whippo, speed him up, and then you can just get him into the back line for an ultimate. Like, this Kalista under a hell of a lot of threat right now. I think it's wacky that we have a fucking Karma here, guys. Who is doing damage? Right? Who is doing damage on this composition? Is Kalista, like, the Olaf pick is actually really good because the Kalista is really the only consistent damage output, and the Olaf with the ball on top of him, the Ori ball, just shuts Kalista down, and so they have no damage. They can't peel for the Kalista. The Olaf pick is actually mega here. This is an excellent R5 Olaf, in my opinion, because Kalista just cannot do damage. Cannot do damage here. There's also, like, Not can just flash R her, and then Olaf just runs at her with ball on his head, and then there's Shockwave and him just autoing. Like, you can't play this. This composition is, like, unplayable, I think. Like, literally the only win condition for PSG is, like, push mid, take every Drake. You need a 22 min soul here. And you have to hope it's a good soul, too. So, like, get mid prio, transition into every single Drake in the game, which you could do. Like, Xin Zhao is a good skirmishing jungler earlier. Like, that's a possibility, but you have to get it.
Also so good with you know, Sejuani. I feel like a lot of the early picks here for FlyQuest kind of telling. So definitely, it feels like both teams would be pretty satisfied with what they got.
Winter's Ward, welcome back. It's been a long time. Did I watch Shogun? I have. I need to finish Shogun. Our next Nerd Legion show is going to be about Shogun again. You too can go to youtube.com/LFNculture. Oops, I fucked it up. youtube.com/LFNculture. Or is it Last Free Nation Culture? I don't even know the URL. I'm stupid. I think it's Last Free Nation Culture. And Doa and I already... I fucked it up again. How many times am I going to fuck it up?
What they're looking to facilitate this time around as well. Let's get into it. The decisive game number 3 for our first series here at MSI.
And for that spot in the upper bracket.
I fucked it up again. Just go to the link in the culture. youtube.com/@LastFreeNationCulture. And you will find that Doe and I already did a show talking about Shogun.
On to Summoner's Rift we go. North America probably waking up around now. Was hoping for a 2-0.
Looking forward to your Fallout review. Yeah, it's going to come up probably today or tomorrow.
All right, let's see about some level 1s then. If anyone starts to go aggressive, because whenever you have, you know, Olaf, especially with Sejuani type of thing, and a hook champion on your team too, there's possibilities of cooking. Does not appear to be any cooking going on.
We've released a bunch of YouTube shorts on Fallout already, so if you guys might have seen them.
I mean, Woody could jump in there. You know, Rel's got okay. Busio, I've been nervous around Busio so far this series.
There's a tentative fry up happening right now.
Okay, he gets a
Fallout show is awful. No, it's pretty good.
I'm just stuck thinking of different ways of saying
It was like pretty good. I don't think it's the greatest show ever, but I thought it was enjoyable.
the whiff of a bake.
The whiff of a bake. Okay. The scent comes wafting
Yeah, the
in
scent
through the,
that- oh,
through the
it-
window or
But
something.
is that actually a cake being baked? It might be. It's a possibility that it's being cooked.
All right. Well, it looks like it's going to be our first standard setup here.
All right, so this is pretty standard.
The series.
This is pretty standard, guys. We do see some top laners like Yone or Olaf just on these like really annoying invades because they have very strong level 1 abilities. It's a good play by Bwipo.
Like, when they do Quinn counter picks and stuff like that, so annoying if you're starting on your blue side. And Bwipo does go in for the kind of invade there and gets that all-important ward down on the blue buff, plus a little bit of chunk damage onto Aji early on.
Inspired was spotted on the ward placed by his Razor Beaks as well, though, so Inspired's general position on the map will be known by PSG. Not as much as Junja's is known because he's just directly on a ward as he clears away that blue. Wave in the top lane for Bwipo, pretty good position. Mid lane just even as well. Woody and Betty were able to get a good trade early on in this bot lane, and because of that, Busio and Masu accept they're not going to get level 2 first. Just back away, let the wave push into you.
I just want to really hit.
Yeah, Jensen on the Orianna too,
Again of that invade,
which was his best champion this year by far, and also over the course of his entire career.
On screen right now too. His forward positioning against Aji here, slowly building a wave. He's slow pushing it. You need to know that enemy jungle is pathing away for you.
Yeah.
And so he guarantees that information by going for his level 1. Bonus, he got some chunk damage onto Aji, which was very nice before going to lane. But really critical.
Yeah, good points by Kobe here about just the slow push that's going in the top side. Third wave crash in top side after he gets the information and chunks Aji out.
Facilitating him, running around early game snowballing. So nice stuff there. It allows Bwipo to build up his slow push on the Olaf. You can see he's going to have a big crashing wave up on top side very shortly. Going to help him really make the most of some of these early advantages. And he's a really big fan of 2-item Olaf coming in and taking over team fights. So
I'm sure most of the NA fans are a big fan of 2-item Olaf coming in and taking team fights as well.
especially right
Hoping for
now.
it in this
The thing is, if you guys remember in the spring finals, Bwipo was a little shaky. Like, he could never actually group because, like, FlyQuest kept getting picked off or he was getting zoned out by Impact. So he actually, even though I think the Olaf pick was potentially good in some of those situations, like the final game of the series that they played against Team Liquid, they didn't do well with it as a team. And he never actually got onto the back line, but I doubt that'll be a problem here.
Exactly where FlyQuest want him to be. Ward placed as well by Jensen up towards the top side Scuttle Crab, so in case Ginger decides to reset and go for that, they'll know where he is. Ginger steps in. Reaction by Busio inspired.
Oh, God.
Busio hooks the wall.
Oh, he's dead.
Gonna get across the wall, double flash. Out from
Nice job. Very nice job. Good CC.
in. Reaction by Busio.
Wait, where did the hook go?
For that, they'll know where he is. Ginger steps in. Reaction.
What the fuck? Did he hit the wall?
Busio inspired. Stop this bit.
If he, by the way, if he hits that hook,
Still Ginger's gonna get across the wall, double flash. Out from
it wasn't double flash. Inspire queued.
Ginger falls for first blood. The hook on the wall answered by
It's all right. Play mistakes happen.
Honestly, Busio's been
But Busio would not have had to flash if he hit that hook.
in this series. They still get the kill.
That wall deserved it, okay?
They still get the kill, and he didn't flash into this one.
Yeah, that's
They
true.
do it.
That is true.
And honestly, though, still getting the kill and getting the kill credit onto Masu here.
But Busio has no flash.
They still get the kill, and he didn't flash into this one.
Yeah, that's
And they
true.
do it.
That is true.
And honestly, though, still getting the kill and getting the
Busio then just walks up and gets flashed on.
credit onto Masu here.
But Busio has
Honestly, though, still getting the kill and getting the kill credit onto.
Oh, he doesn't even get flashed on.
no flash now. He's
Still getting the kill and getting the kill.
Oh, he does get flashed on. What the fuck's going on with the flash timer?
Get the kill.
that wall deserved it, okay?
They still get.
I mean, they faked the base,
Yeah, that's
and he's coming up in order to clear. And they thought they had vision.
Still getting the kill and getting the.
Dude, the flash timer is super janky. What the fuck is going on?
Masu here.
But Busio has no flash now.
Still get the kill. And
Was
he
that a
didn't
hex flash that actually happened?
That's true. That is true.
And honestly, though, still getting the kill and getting the kill.
No, he doesn't hex flash. It's a spectator bug. He uses his normal flash there.
Stunned up and rooted by the PSG bot lane. Woody falling low. Red
All right, we traded back. It's not so bad.
has the flash to get away. You can even keep trading on here.
Ah, there we go. Now the icon changes. Okay.
Betty for forced away. Masu with his second kill of the game.
Yeah. Fully stacked lethal tempo with your minion wave with your double buffs.
Yeah, pretty strong.
That is a little terrifying. Don't want to continue that trade. And going for the 1-for-1 there, Busio after he was committed and in, making a good use of the aftershock.
For the fly back. Aja with the Pathmaker able to kill off a FlyQuest top. Hex flash from Busio behind the wall here. Maple does have a flash of his own. Woody's coming in from the top side. Don't chase. Don't chase, says Kobe.
Huh. Interesting. So this is interesting. So because it's going to be a lethal tempo attack speed Callista here with the Berserker's Greaves, so it means he's going to take a lot of auto attacks. He actually goes for plated steel caps first. It really will mitigate a lot of that damage because it's a lot of low damage autos. Interesting.
Object permanence is a lesson that will provide a lot of dividends when you're playing.
I think it's actually really smart, actually.
Their top side just got ganked by enemy support, so don't chase.
But I love playing peekaboo, Kobe. You know?
Exactly. Yeah, that time.
Because, like, remember, the only damage threat is really the Callista. If he can dodge, you know, Karma-empowered Qs coming out. Fairly standard on Varus, sure. But, like, first item in this matchup is interesting to me.
Perfect engage there. Just the edge of the rail crash.
I don't see a lot of Varus doing this.
Use his ghost, so
not in pro play.
Provide a lot of relief to Aji.
Definitely is. Played his steel caps first for Masu in the bot lane. Just trying to survive through a Betty in the laning phase. Ginger once again on the grubs. Seeing PSG be a much more grub-focused team rather than a dragon-focused team. MonteCristo will take the first of the game.
Boots good against Rel, that's true.
Ginger, all three of them will go down. Honors even across the board between these two teams. 2 kills to 2. A neutral objective for a neutral objective. Gold basically even. A lead for Masu in the bot lane. Only 100 gold as well.
What the fuck is...
Because of the extra CS.
Oh, the VOD screwed up, guys. It's not me.
Busio flashes. Good block by Woody, who can just dash away. Busio has the aftershock for now. Masu stepping in. Continuing to trade. Good shot there with the piercing arrow.
Jinji is coming straight from base right now, down as well, because he's got his Krugs up, so if they do another one of these little fights on bottom side, there's a control and try brush. He has
just broadcasting from China things.
Looks like it's going to be nothing. Just do his normal clear. Krugs are up. Remain efficient there. Meanwhile, inspired on the top side, Sejuani, #1 goal right now. Get that level 6. Yeah. Finish up on his top side camps clear. Get his level 6 for the Sedge, and then you can start to make some moves here. Maybe give something to Bwipo. I know Bwipo talked about a lot too. He's super fine just farming up there on Olaf and scaling up. But they also have seen some pretty big benefits of getting him any extra resources.
If you can get him ahead, he can just take over this game, roll through the enemy. Ginger here has sneaked in. Inspire places the ward. Dash forward by Ginger with the wind becomes lightning. Can't quite find an extra bit of damage. Glacial Prison from Inspire just across the wall. Maybe didn't think he was on vision. As Ginger had stepped around the corner, Busio was joining in as well and can follow up if that, even if the slow hits, you can follow up. Yeah. Shockwave into hook.
Exactly. Not going to hit though. Nice little size up there for Maple, the ward, the hero, as you mentioned.
It's also, like, there's nothing you're really fighting over, right? Inspired doesn't have to make a play in the next little while. There's no objectives to be fought over. So if you burn the Glacial Prison, it will be back up, assuming you don't get forced into a fight.
Yeah, I guess, like, clear your bottom side camps, then maybe
I didn't expect lane swaps this early in the tournament. Nah, this tournament's going to be full of lane swaps. God bless, we love lane swaps here. We love the old macro blast on Monty's channel. Lane swaps, super interesting, super fun.
That indexes very high into unstoppability.
Into annoying, I believe.
very high stat.
But hey, I hit you in a hook. No. Hey, I hit you with a depth charge. No. Hey, you're on this side of the wall. No, now we're both on the other side of the wall.
I mean, they could do one of your patented lane ganks or inspired on bottom side. Masu has been so good as far as dealing with the pressure for rookie expectations on the international stage and having the early 2 kills here for the Varus. They definitely could go for one of those specialties on bottom sides, but your only camp up is Krugs. He returns right back out towards mid lane, actually, to make his move first.
Oh boy, the Korean hype train!
They know the
Thank you, Shonatonin. Sorry, bother you. It didn't bother me with questions. Fine. I do remember you saying that you believe head-to-head is not a great tiebreaker value. Forgot the reason why. Can you explain it? Yeah, because head-to-head, it depends. Like, so the thing. I'll pause it for a second. The thing about play is like you have to remember what you're testing for. So when head-to-head is not a good tiebreaker is when you are actually like doing a round robin, because you're basically testing for a team's strength against the field, not a specific opponent. So like, you know, if you're using head to head as a tiebreaker, it's weird because the test is not how good are you against a specific team, it's how good are you against the entire field, right? So I don't prefer it for tiebreakers.
So with Betty being pushed in, Woody has pathed up towards mid. Junja's on his way down. The control ward that we saw from PSG earlier in the Tribush has been cleared out. Maple and Woody spotted on a ward as they path down towards this. Inspired immediately pathing away from his Crux, coming down towards the bottom side.
I mean, it's not terrible, but I don't think it's ideal. Unfortunately, like, that's why, you know, League of Legends doesn't have another good way to do tiebreakers, though. Like, in Counter-Strike, you would say, okay, well, instead of doing head-to-head, let's do round differential, so basically how hard you won, but there's no metric that works. Like, Riot used to do shortest average game time, which is also not good, because if a team is very good at playing scaling comps, they might just have longer games. So there's no real way to measure dominance in League in the same way as in Counter-Strike or other games. So head-to-head's, it's fine in League, I guess. I'd rather have them use that than average game time.
Olaf absolutely murders Xin. There we go.
Inspired shield, there's the shockwave as well. Maple locked up for the moment. Ginger on his way. Can Maple survive? Mentioned in a flame, not enough to keep him alive, as Inspired could be locked up here. Does still have the flash, and Ginger doesn't have the support of Woody yet. You can see, but head-to-head is just, it's just a weird way to break a tie when you're trying to measure strength against the field. That's all.
But honestly, we should just design systems that don't have ties, which MSI, it's impossible to have tiebreakers in MSI because it's actually a good format. Like, the real answer for League of Legends is just don't do systems that have ties. Run GSL groups, which is what they do, so we don't have to worry about that anymore.
by the way, across the wall to avoid the control ward.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. The patience too from Inspired. Whenever
Well, I guess he just feels like dying.
gets the perfect ultimate right onto Maple as he got close.
He doesn't feel like flashing Sejuani ult. Okay. And then Junjia goes in on anything, dude. This guy's never. And like, here's the thing, is that when we look at the win condition, remember at the start of the game we said, okay, like they need Drake's PSG in order to win, because this guy is going to be pretty useless in the late game, so we have to snowball, you know, early and try and play through souls, and they haven't been playing through bot side at all. They've been going after all the void grubs again, but how are they going to siege? Like, where do you get value with void grubs in this composition?
Obviously, a large part.
You don't win in the side lanes. Like, you cannot split push. You cannot split push into the Olaf, and you have no siege range on a Callista. So void grubs are actually just fucking useless to you. So the focus has also been wrong. Like, I don't like PSG's draft, but I also just don't like the way they're playing it. I mean, they give up 2 Drakes here. Game's over. I mean, it's already over. Giving up 1 Drake is game over. The Olaf is just going to get Giga Big and just run at the Callista, and then they have no damage.
They can really crack this game.
They've also maneuvered their top and mid around the map. Hook gonna land here as Woody locked up for a second. Ginger dives onto Masu. TP in. There's the Magnet Storm. Counter TP as well by Maple behind Betty's really cool. Bucio. Jensen trying to get away, but focus resolve from Maple will lock him up. Face call out as Woody escapes. Going back in. The Ragnarok from Britbo, keeping him alive for the moment.
Aji's under the turret for some reason. Alright, they still had Shockwave, I guess.
PSG took the fight, but they lose 2.
Now we can just recall and play for Drake.
Yeah, FlyQuest too patient here. Get the best of them on both fronts, and PSG, even after a little chase down there, they're not able to get much. They do stop Jensen's recall, but he'll be fine picking up this minion wave.
I think it's a setup for the Drake, right? You want to make sure that Jensen hasn't had the tempo.
Jensen's got teleport,
yeah. You're 100% right. Not going to be able to set up for that dragon. So yeah, great fight from FlyQuest, as you say. Patience, backed away, took it slow, and then landed that shockwave.
And look at Masu here, because we mentioned, you know, getting inside Zin's range. Even as Lucio hooks in and then he tries to disengage.
Did Shockwave come up with the fight since it was used mid?
Gets either because they just backed off.
Mentioned in a flame, not enough. FlyQuest again.
Inspired. Nice
oh,
roll.
good hook. Just
some fair supportal combat. And with the pace that this game is going, Olaf absolutely murders Xin.
The flash.
No, I think it was already up.
How the comps are going to interact on later.
Yeah, I was up again.
Open it up that way before they can really crack this game.
They've also maneuvered their top and mid around the map. Hook gonna land here as Woody locked up for a second. Ginger dives onto Masu. TP in. There's the Magnet Storm. Counter TP as well by Maple behind Betty's Woody kill off Busio. Jensen trying to get away, but focus resolved from Maple will lock him up. Face call out as Woody escapes. Going back in. The Ragnarok from Britbo, keeping him alive for the moment. Not knocked up. All out from Azure.
Ozzy has been fucking shit, man. This guy's been fucking terrible. Aja going in right there under the turret. Like, he ulted himself under the turret. JP Krez, thank you for the raid. I don't know who you are, but that's very nice of you.
PSG, even after a little chase down there, they're not able to get much. They do stop Jensen's recall, but he'll be fine picking up this minion wave.
I think it's a setup for the Drake, right? You want to make sure that Jensen hasn't had the tempo.
Jensen's got
he does have
teleport,
yeah. You're 100% right. Not going to be able to set up for that dragon. So yeah, great fight from FlyQuest, as you say. Patience, backed away, took it slow, and then landed that shockwave. And
look at Masu here, because we mentioned, getting inside Zin's range. Even as Busio hooks in and then he tries to disengage, Masu immediately will move right back in onto Jinjia, and they burst him down. He hits him with the Chains of the Corruption, right into the arrow. They burst him, and they get the early lead in the team fight. Then, even though they have to retreat when Flippo arrives and he pops his Ragnarok, they get close enough to the tower that Aji actually has to ult in, trying to use his Cassandre ultimate. Definitely a bit of a blunder there, and gets assassinated as well. And just like that, it was 2 more quick kills racked up for Masu's Varus, and FlyQuest have built upon the early game lead here, plus have a lot of
thank you, JP Krez.
And Dragon number 2 for themselves. Busio, though,
Yeah, the Varus is huge now. He's on hit as well, so he's just going to melt front line. And he has no threat. Like, nobody can actually kill him either. Because the thing is, if you dive the Varus, if you actually go in and kill Varus, it doesn't matter, because Olaf then murders your backline. And the thing is that, FlyQuest is still going to be able to do damage even without the Varus. Nice job. Dodges the tether and then gets the shockwave down. Really well played by Jensen. All right, it's free. Nice, nice. Inspired is there for moral support.
Yeah, they've kind of cracked the game right now, FlyQuest. Once you get your extra pressure established on...
Now they have no win condition. They have these 6 void grubs, which are fucking useless with their comp. It's fucking useless. And now I think their one way to win was pressure mid and then try and take Drake, and that didn't happen. So now they just lose.
PSG will at least answer with the Rift Herald, of course, on your screen and pick that one up. But another one of the kills going the way of FlyQuest, and Jensen very happily.
Yeah, who's gonna? So even if they get into the back line, now the Varus has he built steel caps into Vamp Scepter and Blade. And so, like, he can lifesteal tank now in addition to having the tanky boots. And who's going to kill him? Like, if the Jin Zhao goes back there, like, he just takes less damage from the Jin autos. So, Jin can't easily 1v1 him. I love Masu's build here.
When we get to team fights, they have triple threats rather than just Whippo running in, not that healthy, maybe getting killed before he can even do too much work in a fight.
Yeah, I think we're going to see PSG have to take...
So now it's just like free Hextech Soul.
Which is not what they like to do.
I mean, Hextech Soul would have actually been mega for PSG here. I mean, it's just hard because, like, I think they had to all in on Soul, and you never know what Soul it's going to be. But it turns out that with Hextech Soul, this might have been winnable for them if they got, like, a 22-minute... Okay, so they forced his cleanse.
Shorter cooldown for Masu. Busio stepping into this jungle. Inspired and Whippo here to help. Jensen as well.
Maple's just useless, dude.
Maple trying to get away. Whippo running forward with the ghost flash away by Maple.
Okay, well, nobody's gonna stop Whippo.
He's locked up. FlyQuest get the kill. The tower short to follow afterwards as Masu in the mid lane defending against Junja and Betty, and with a TP invested, PSG can't go any further.
Not really necessary to beat TP there. The turret probably wasn't gonna be taken, but whatever.
Getting up there. Even with the double Void Mites, though, just going to be a small dent.
I mean, that's the thing. It's not an Urgot. It's not something that really split pushes incredibly well. So all he can do is chip away at that tower. Jensen will take the turret in the bot lane, the first of the game for FlyQuest. TP behind Jensen here. Where are you gonna go? They're looking for you. Jensen does have the flash, has a shockwave as well, with Woody on the chase, with Junji on his way in. I don't think Jensen has a hope in hell of escaping this one. Shockwave down.
Yeah, they're gonna lose their mid turret though. It's worth to trade Jensen for this mid turret. You have tons of time, right? You have a minute and a half until. So like the thing is, Jensen uses shockwave. That'll be back up. He doesn't use any of his sums. You're still gonna have flash and TP. And you take mid-wave. So this is actually a very good play, I think, because it sets Fly up for Soul. Like, they pressure into bot side, you save all of your summoners, and now you're going to be able to push mid-wave and top wave. Now they're actually playing sideways way better. Because Bwipo has to push now because he doesn't have TP for the Drake fight because he used it on... he shouldn't have used it on mid, but it's whatever.
PSG just did in the previous play where they sent a bunch of people bottom. So this time around, FlyQuest are actually the ones getting the mid lane and top lane counter push after everybody goes and takes down Jensen. So it's going to be a bunch of traded towers here in the end, and PSG are getting some money, but as the...
I guess they lose bot tier 1, which isn't great because now it can be pushed up by PSG to take Drake, but they have to deal with this scenario now. So basically, because Bwipo pushed in top side, they'll be able to reset this wave and get deep vision right now. And hopefully force Maple to use TP. And they still have mid tier 1, which is huge. Maybe the TP there was good. I mean, the thing is, you couldn't know necessarily that they weren't going to take it. So, like, I guess it's like hindsight analysis to say the TP bid wasn't good. Because, like, having that tier 1 up is super important right now. So it's probably just worth it to use the TP in case they could have taken it. Now that I think about it more.
Slightly stronger position. I'd say
this is good foresight and planning by FlyQuest, though. Because, yeah, sure, this Karma is going to be up here. Like, look, Karma's up here pushing the wave, but Karma, I mean, it's 8 seconds until Drake, and there's no pressure on the tier 2. Is also a split pushing Karma, so who gives a fuck?
How the teams operate in a fight, I would take FlyQuest's team composition over PSG's any day of the week.
PSG, though, they know it doesn't get better for them. So they're gonna
Plus, they have Jensen with TP, I guess, so they don't have to actually have the Olaf there where they catch the wave. So he's going to TP to mid, push mid. They also got the bot turret down. They have the deep vision, so there's no possibility of flanks. FlyQuest setup is good.
But they don't have to invest everything over this. Jensen will clear out the mid-wave.
I mean, Jensen clearing out the mid-wave is problematic. They're losing ground. They need the ball onto Bwipo. So, okay, ball into Bwipo. Okay, he's just moving it around to the brush to get vision right now. Hook misses.
For about 13 seconds for that one to be back up.
Some nice little poke here. Malignant's Karma. Maybe PSG can get some value out of the Malignant's Karma from Maple there. Got a little bit of
okay, pushing mid-wave again. Okay, start Drake, start Drake, start Drake.
They split as they push.
Okay, this is the correct... You'd much rather have the Olaf in the mid because he can threaten the flank on the backside. Hook misses again.
So risky, though.
Busio just skill shot impaired, flashes out. Okay, but now Bwipo's here, and he just gets an axe through everybody. He's on top of Maple. There we go. Because Shockwave. Okay, now it's just a cleanup. Okay, Bwipo's huge. He kills everybody. He's on Junjia. Now he's on Betty. Betty is trying to follow Masu. Dude, look how long it takes Masu to die, by the way. Like, for an 80 carry... Like, Xin Zhao and Kalista are on top of him, but he just won't fucking die. Just finish the Drake Bwipo. Okay. Well, it's free. Free game for FlyQuest.
PSG managed to pick up 3 of their own, but it's just not enough at this stage.
And now you've got some money flooding into that Olaf. You got a little preview there of what it might be like to play this Olaf into the PSG lineup. Bwipo now popped his ghost at his Shrine Breaker, running rampant there. PSG also lose out on the...
Got the green screen working. Yes, I did, Andrew.
So here's another look at the engage, and they want to get an early lead in the Hellfire. They first down Busio, but then towards the back, you mentioned it.
River just walks in, you know?
Right on Maple. They immediately take care of the Karma. And then try and section it off here. Actually got some pretty good AoE damage off towards the dragon, with Jinjia and Betty trying to take them down, but Betty got a little bit too close to the Viking, and Whip was able to finish off the rest of them.
Azure, fortunate that Jensen and Masu didn't have any mana bars at the end of that, and obviously ended up without any health, but Flyco's very happy. They got the Hex Drake, they're on Soul Point. They are in a very
These games have been really entertaining. Yeah, they have been pretty fun.
Carry for this FlyQuest team.
Yeah, so even though kills pretty even there, the objective going the way of FlyQuest, and they do feel pretty comfortable about their next setup here. Blippo now has got his 2-item power spike with the Sterix Gauge, and now mid lane.
No cleanse. Beautiful.
Oh, game's over now. Betty's dead. Now they have actually zero damage. Okay, that's Baron. Junjia with the epic steal. No.
He has no flash, so Zin really has no way of getting inside. That miracle is going to be really hard unless he like snuck all the way around and got a W on there.
Into audacious charge maybe, but
they get their mid lane turret, and they just kind of have to be happy with that consolation prize.
Oh, bad Betty. Bam, balam, balam. Very good.
Kind of made it to their dreamland now.
What's the average salary for a league caster?
Team fight is massive.
Well, they don't have salaries, number one. They just are freelancers with day rates.
I think I saw 2 items at a half. He's 75% win rate all time on this Orianna. Very comfortable on the champ. Crescent guard from Jinja.
It depends on whether you do international events, because like that adds more days to your day rates, and like how many days you do at international events. I mean, it's not good, guys. Like, I think the top end casters might make like 150, 150K. If you're doing a lot of league and international events, but probably average is probably below 100.
Over to top side, and the siege continues. Baron up the cannon minions, stay pretty safe here. Even a lot hiding in Fog of War. Throw out a couple of arrows. No reason for them to overextend. Go back and spend your money first. Your team fight just keeps on getting better and better and better there for FlyQuest, so they'll be happy to play it a little slower.
And Masu, I think, just got his Ginsu's Rage Blade alongside a BF sword, so he's very happy. Dragon, as you say, in a minute and a half will be sold for them. I think that's probably why they reset, because I think they had the health bars to continue a push on that tier 2, but making sure that you are in position.
Year or month? Year, dude. 150K a year. It's probably like on the top side. Maybe some people get slightly more than that.
You mentioned a little earlier too, PSG were always such a better team when it was more standard and they have a bit more scaling options.
That's top end, but average, like, because, you know, a lot of these people don't do international. I would say average is probably like 80 or 90 maybe.
Is locked out of this fight though. He has no teleports. So
it's not good. Do they get benefits? No. They're freelancers.
That's really good from FlyQuest, just backing out. No, they don't need to take
So, I think like maybe Vedius is still full-time. Some of the European guys are full-time, but I don't think anybody in NA is full-time now.
30 seconds away from spawning for FlyQuest. Inspired steps in.
Meanwhile, if you're a co-streamer, you make millions a year. So it's fun. That's fun. Fun difference. Nice shockwave.
Soul 30 seconds away from spawning for FlyQuest.
I mean, this is just unwinnable for PSG. What a garbage draft this was. Dude, Sterix being done too is so huge for the Olaf. They have no damage. They have no way to get damage. Boostio's now just on top of Betty, just fucking him. It's just so free, guys. It's so free.
2 kills to FlyQuest. The Dragon up in 7 seconds time, and not really anything PSG can do but stand and watch. He's gonna get out. He TP's out.
This is kind of a disappointing end to this series, which was sloppy but fun. This draft, I think, is just so hard.
And you have to feel that unless something miraculous happens for our PCS #1 seed, it is all done in this best of 3.
The free market at work, get with the times, Monty. Well, it's not a free market because Riot has a monopoly on League of Legends casters. You know, arguably what they're doing in terms of like rate fixing might be illegal, honestly. because there's no other place to go to be a League of Legends caster now that OGN is gone. So basically, they can just fix your rate at whatever they say.
So they turn around and then they kind of wait, and Jensen hits him with the shockwave. The second layer of the engage. Busio and Masu are just right over the wall, right in there, off of it, and they know they've got plenty.
Busio was kind of shit. I mean, that's been the story of Busio recently.
They played it, go in, take a step back, look for the shockwave, go back. Busio also had a nice ult flash combo onto Betty to make sure he had no opportunity to move around in the fight. Yeah. So FlyQuest playing a team fight.
The government would just say cast a different game. Yeah, that's probably the argument that they would use.
PSG and the team fight's obviously here.
Even though it realistically it doesn't work like that. If you're a color caster for League of Legends, it's very difficult to go cast another game. But I did it, but most people can't or won't.
You have less things to worry about, right? I guess. Just buy their way out of their problems.
I didn't realize I'd subscribed to like philosophical economic thoughts with Kobe. You know, it's a new podcast.
You're surprised Bwipo is going Jack Show? I'm not. He just needs to survive because he's such a problem in the back line that Jack Show I think is really good here. Just Sterix, Jack Show, Stridebreaker. I mean, he's basically like he knows that if he just kills Betty, then the game is over.
From here on out to play it out, since you do have also the trump card in side laning.
Yeah.
Oh yes, the double benefit. Teleports up on both side laners there for FlyQuest. Obviously the Olaf, very easy time for Bwipo to push out bottom lane, while the rest of FlyQuest groups on up, and 40 seconds on Baron means.
I think it's just Inspired trying to find something. Woody stunned up. He can just walk away from this. Inspired just seeing if he can get anything out of Woody. Jumps across the wall. FlyQuest were there to collapse if it had happened for a couple more seconds, but.
Should be the standard though, 4-1. Just keep Bwipo split pushing while you set up your vision control for Baron. Then you can easily start up the Baron. You have really good turn off the Baron. I don't think that PSG are actually going to even risk that. And so you could probably just burn it down and take it.
Is Elephant close to breaking even? I assume your costs are pretty low. Yeah, I mean, we're doing a lot better now. It was tough for the first couple of years, but we got the deals rolling in. You guys are going to like some of the new deals we have, by the way, that are coming in.
Do we roll the dice and just charge on in?
I mean, I think you have
You know,
if it was
we just get more advertisers all the time. Our partners love working with us. We're doing well, especially for esports winter, guys. We're doing way better than almost anybody else. All right, let's take a look at this one. Okay, so trying to stop this Baron. This is the last desperation. Hurrah. But Bwipo's here. And Junjia is 1 HP, does manage to get out, but Ozzy is just on the flank getting absolutely whacked by this Olaf. Now he's just running. Masu is untouched for this entire engagement. Woody can't get onto him, so it's just free. Betty's trying to kill him. Betty can't kill him. He's way too tanky and has too much lifesteal, and Inspired's peeling for him, so Masu just kills everybody. Very good.
Masu gets a triple kill, and they are just looking for the end.
Yep. Bwipo goes to yell at his minions, get them in line. Hurry up, get over there so they can push, and they don't actually have the timing, so Baron first.
Should have yelled louder, I guess, to the minions.
They'll keep Jensen there so they can get two objectives at once. Jensen finished up.
When streamers tell me I'm going to love their ads, I mean, we do our best, guys. We use all the products we advertise. I'm literally wearing an Into the AM shirt right now. We do what we can to give you guys good content. I'm actually going to make myself smaller here. I'm too big. There we go. Now I fit very beautifully on top of the mini-map. I forgot I needed to adjust that.
So they go immediately off the Baron to look for the turn as PSG were coming into face check. And you see the rundown here. Yeah, like, PSG didn't have a lot of options, so this is kind of what you have to go for.
Don't blame them for taking the fight, right?
Exactly. Your risk tolerance has to go way up when it gets difficult like this, but kind of easy for FlyQuest with the giant item advantage.
Thank you, R. Farley, dude, for your subscription. The series was just won by Bwipo. Nothing else needs to be said. I mean, it was also game one was also kind of lost by Bwipo because he didn't split push or side lane push with his advantages and use his TP advantage. So I mean, we can make different arguments. Also, this game was free from Bwipo. The R5. I mean, I would argue that this game was won by whoever picked Olaf R5 in the draft.
comfortable enough to push
think you
up
can make that
the
argument.
knowing they're strong enough. They don't actually need the support of their mid laner to
Do you still speak to Doa? Of course I do. We do a show together. Also, he's a good friend of mine. There you go. Go watch Nerd Legion, my show with Doa, if you miss us. Fallout episode coming out in the next couple days.
Speed them up a little bit, but not as much as you used to be able to do as the chain of corruption goes down. Glacier Prism was invested as well, Jinjo with the Crescent Guard, but really I think FlyQuest is just using these ultimates to get the chip damage on the tower, to get it low enough that they can step in with their health bars and with their wallets and take these inhibitors down. As you said earlier, Jensen took the mid lane inhib tower, so the mid lane inhib should be short to follow.
I miss you guys. You're the reason I got into LCK. Well, very good. You can now you can watch us talk about movies and film weekly. Or film and TV, I should say.
Or maybe you don't. They look like you might Ragnarok used. Woody trying to join Azure, inspired that front line. Ragnarok not doing too much with Whipple right now as he just forces Azure away. As you say, 10 seconds.
Enjoy the phone ringing.
Will start pushing in.
Yeah, it's a landline ringing. It's my boomer parents' house that I'm in right now while I'm in Colorado. They have landlines, lol. I don't have a landline. I'll unplug that. No, while I'm in Colorado, I'm staying at my parents' house. And now we split push properly. Big change. Like super big credit to the FlyQuest coaching staff and the players. They made a lot of good adjustments after the failures of game one. It's nice to see teams like fix shit that quickly.
Ginger with a Crescent Guard already used. Glacier Prison popped as well. The TP in, but Inspired smites the Elder as Woody dives in. There's one. The Shockwave lands on two. Inspired doing everything he can. And Ginger with a Crescent Guard already used. Glacier Prison popped as well.
I mean, Ginger just can't go in either, so ends up being really good.
As Woody dives in, there's one. The Shockwave lands on two. Inspired doing everything he can alongside Natsu. Masu will fall. It's 2v3. Inspired and Jensen trying to do it all here, but Inspired falls low. Jensen finds another. Both Ginger and
He actually was a really good distraction in the bot side while they were doing the Elder. He actually pulled two people down there.
Knockback by Azure. The Elder Drake has been started though, and that's really what I want to see. Knockback by Azure again gets the shot.
Genji has to use his ult super early. Gets zoned out by the Glacial Prison. Jensen just full HP though. That's just a glitch in the VOD, guys. Now he's gonna TP in and win the game. Very nice by Jensen. Very good.
The Quadra and the Nexus for Jensen back on the international stage, and he's gonna finish the job.
It's a classic play.
You love to see it. Very nicely done by FlyQuest. My faith in FlyQuest was somewhat restored. Like, that game one was really rough from Busio and from them as a team. But the next two games were a lot better, even if Busio still looks like he's pooping himself on stage. All right, now we're on to T1 and a team I've never seen, Estral Esports. Okay, I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick, guys. I will be back in just a couple.
All aboard the Korean hype train.
Ed Moisten, thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. I will take any and all Bezos bucks at this point in time. Do you still remember your story about Ninja Tabbies who played Steel Caps, the same concept? I don't know. No. I mean, it's just stupid. All right. So let us get into this next game. I have 1 hour basically to finish this. So we got to go a little bit fast. All right. Jose Deodo. He's back with his Latin American buddies. And here we go. Vi, Nautilus, Sejuani going to be banned. I know nothing about Estral, whether those are good bans or not. This is a very good ban, always against T1. Can't let them have it. Also, Blind, Twisted Fate from Zeus, and also Senna. These are core pickups here, but you give up Callista and you give up Nico. So you're going to take Draven into it right away. It's a big dick move. I appreciate Estral going for the big dick Draven slam right away. Might as well go big and try and lane bully, because you're not going to beat T1 with macro probably, so maybe you can snowball through bot lane and take some priority picks like the Ahri. It's going to be Draven Rel, obviously. It's funny that they're banning Renata Glask. I mean, sure, but Faker hasn't been playing Nico recently. It's all been Keria. So you assume that Nico's going... It's still, I guess, technically a flex pick. Volibear, very high prio in Europe, but less priority. So they're playing really big for the early game. I kind of love this, actually. If they get the 2v2, I think T1 might have to lane swap this, guys. Because if they get the 2v2 with the Volibear, like maybe there's actually a snowball chance through the bot lane. Okay, Faker gets Orianna because it's not banned. Did lose game 5 of the finals, but that was specifically to Chovy.
Okay, Astralis, I see what you're putting down. I'm liking this.
You can have your reasoning. I prefer the magic. VP.
Yep.
And
All right, so we're going to try and out Zeus with a Yone in the top side after we go ahead and select the blind pick Cassante.
Super early on and see if you can get some summoner spells out early and open up a pathway to play the game. They're doing just that. They're going...
All right, so they are just doing a sweep through the top side. This is, I think, designed to see if the lane swap is coming in. But there wasn't an early placement of an AD carry into those brushes. In fact, we're not going for a lane swap. Oh, we are going for a lane swap.
Are you pathing topside here?
In their boots. Oh man, so the Nico
world champion afraid?
That's actually super... Look at this, guys. This is the big fake. So Nico is going to be pretending to be Lee Sin
The world champion afraid?
in the normal jungler spot.
Snacker and Ackerman? The Snackerman combination?
quaking in their boots. Oh man, so the Nico as support is another funny layer on.
Yeah, so where
you're
is
like,
that Cassante? Is that Nico?
lane swap wards. Wait a second, Nico was built for this with the passive.
That's so true.
The
actually. I
disguise.
hadn't
You
thought
could,
about it.
Yeah, I mean, you could hit tab though. That's the problem. But yeah, it is cute.
All right, so the Cassante on the top side is
So pretty delayed lane swap actually.
Okay, cool.
We saw the green chroma of the Nico disguise.
There we are. So lane swap enacted by T1, getting away from this Draven and Rel, respecting the fact that Draven Rel very.
So you do take a little bit of an L on this though because of the delay. But they have Zeus in the bot side already, and we have the pathing here
Gonna be a long walk.
from Owner on this side. So his second camp is Krugs, so he is going to be able to cover pretty immediately, but he's only going to be level 2.
Should be playing down to the other side anyway.
Cody's 2 minions away from 2. 1, so in fact, E-Flash.
Faker should realize that there's a possibility of a mid gank here. Has to flash, flashes charm. It's pretty sloppy by Faker. I think he was playing too aggressively when they didn't know where the top laner was, and we have, including in the games that FlyQuest played against PSG, seen those kind of mid lane ganks at level 1.
Control ward, the wave stacking in top and bot. Looks like it's going to be a 3-wave crash on either side of the map.
So Jose will be getting his bot side jungle proximity numbers up regardless because of the lane swap, and so heading down there, they'll bring 4.
Okay, this is where it gets really dicey though for the possible dive. Volibear is going to be level 3. Owner's on the opposite side of the map. They knew his pathing because they see him right here on this ward, and now he's over on the opposite side, so you just have to back off the play.
It was interesting to see Zofe stay in mid for so long, get that level 2, and then maybe look for the dive with the level 2, because when we
Zofe also can't TP top because there's a possibility that Lee Sin would be there on the dive.
Nothing ends up happening. Plates exchanged as Gumayushi and Carrier are able to get themselves a little bit of gold, as are Snacker and Ackerman.
Okay, one more plate though due to fortification for Estral.
The game here, and of course it is going to be even more painful obviously for a Yone than it is for Cassante. Cassante can operate on a lot lower economy than a Yone can, so
Yep, that's a good point by Kobe. You know, having a low economy 0 CS Cassante is significantly better than having a low economy 0 CS Yone.
As well. Carrier look for the root, can't find it yet. Ackerman should be able to jump away. 2 plates so far. Owner coming in. And the TP out from Zofe as soon as he realizes there's no one in the top lane to gank him. He can just go up here. Guma, did he let this lane bounce so it's pushing away? He did. So Zofe is going to have a struggle getting back to this minion wave. He can try and get in range to soak the XP, but Guma's doing a good job of keeping him away from him.
back off. So as soon as they see Carrier on the bottom side, then they go for the teleport up top side. But still going to be kind of painful. You see Jose right now on the Volibear 2. He does have a route up there, but the rest of T1 are hot on his heels. He got the crab, got the speed, and he's going to get out.
So showing on the crab right now, but that's dissuading Jose Diodo from making any play. They have a deep ward in.
They're coming.
But Ackerman hasn't been seen, so Ackerman's going to spot Owner. He gets called out, but he can always jump away and gets the shield when he does. Jose's going to try and smite away this Krug, but can't smite it away from Owner, it seems.
Okay, gonna try to zone him off the tower. Zoning successful. Owner gonna run interference there while they proxy the wave.
Stunned up. Carrier Kumayushi, kind of sandwiched between Zofe, Ackerman, and Jose Diodo here. The wave pushing in though. Zofe around 2 minions away.
Wow, flashing in on this. Okay, nice route. Super good route. Owner follows with the Q2 to pick up the second kill. That's really bad because remember that Zeus is actually able to farm somewhat in this bot lane right now. I mean, Ackerman tries to make the hero play, but he stuns Owner, which is completely useless. Wastes his flash in the process. And Carrier is so good at the support Nico, by the way. Both his roots and his ults are incredibly good on this champion. Like, if you guys remember in the finals of LCK, like, it was his best game probably was on the support Nico.
Owner smited the wrong minion. Or he smited one and another one blocked the sonic wave anyway. Zove's going to stay around. He's probably dead here, but let's see what he can do, Kobe.
Yeah, they're still going to go for it.
The wrong minion. Or he smited one and another one blocked the sonic wave anyway.
I mean, they try and go for this too, which is pretty crazy. This is some happy gaming, by the way. That's just silly. To give him that gold is just silly. T1 does happy game though, guys. They do happy game against bad teams. If you've watched LCK, you know that they fuck around a lot versus some of the bottom tier teams. They fuck around a lot.
So he doesn't have teleport to get back out to that minion wave. Jose at least will be able to slip in here for the dragon off of bottom side, but Zeus on the Cassante was able to stick around, and now we're gonna see a real explosion of experience difference as the Cassante.
So if you were expecting like some sort of like, you know, giga dominant T1 win, I don't think they're taking this that serious. A huge double root though. So good from Keria actually. Yeah, he flashes to find the angle there. He's just mashing flash to hit the root. They fuck around but don't find out. Yeah, they don't find out. But, I mean, if you guys have watched LCK, you'll know, like, sometimes they go to game 3 in series against, like, bottom-tier LCK teams because they were fucking around. Faker is also was playing cavalierly earlier in this game. Keria is just, like, pretending to be Orianna in mid by himself. Faker doesn't have TP. This is just kind of silly. I appreciate Ackerman and Jose Deodo continuing to go for plays, though. Cody hits the ult charm, too. I mean, like, credit to Estral. They're not playing scared. They're playing pretty well.
I didn't realize Keria picked up 2 of the kills earlier on, so he gave a bounty over to the Estral esports mid laner.
Pretty nice one, too, with the ability to then chase him off of Void Grips there. So Owner does get off the Void Grips for now. Guma once again has a nice juicy minion wave in front of him, but Sakura and Ackerman on this side. Let's see about the ability to push it in and get the bounce though, because Owner and Keria are here.
They're always there. Guma shepherding this wave back towards the tower. Owner's gone back down towards the bottom side. So I think they're accepting this wave will go in.
Yeah, Jose knows. He's like, all right, let me hover just for the last second. Make sure we can break that, no problem, and then they'll be able to go back down to the other side.
So, we're 7 minutes into the game, 5 kills already, 1,500 gold lead for T1. Partly because of those extra kills early doors, but also because they were able to take a couple more plates than Estral esports have managed. But in terms of AD carries, Snacko is ahead.
I mean, yeah.
Guma is ahead by about 500 gold.
This lane swap is the most devastating lane swap that we have seen so far today. This one is absolutely brutal, both because T1 was able to go for the dive on top side, plus the way they start out with the level 1 where Estral had, so they take the long walk and was super delayed. So he's going to be significantly behind this entire time. Plus the bottom lane, like you were mentioning, has a big advantage for T1. So massive advantages for T1 coming out of the lane swap. And now after the stabilization, they can just go finish up the grubs, plus still apply the pressure on top side.
Bot lane is so doomed. It's over.
T1 is also... People haven't talked about this a lot, but I think one of the big factors for T1 in this tournament is actually the Void Grub buffs are an incredible buff to T1. Because T1, both T1 and Gen G, but especially Gen G, or especially T1 rather, are like the best teams in the world at using Void Grub advantages. Like, T1 was crazy good at applying cross-map pressure with Void Grubs before these buffs happen. So, like, you gotta feel super good if you're T1 about the Void Grub buffs. It's like, I think it's so beneficial to them in this tournament.
Brutal, absolutely brutal lane swap here from T1. So many advantages.
They also just get more plates on the lane swap in the end. They're up 2k gold. The Cassante is more fed. He's up 2 levels. He has triple the CS almost. What's going on? Monty online at a decent time? I'm in the States. This is the new stream time for MSI.
Top tower down by 9.5 minutes already.
It is a tricky situation for Estral esports.
Am I late for the Busio and Bwipo Masterclass? Well, yes, I did those VODs, but you can go on my YouTube and just check them out right now. Did I permanently move back? No, I'm just here for some work.
The bounty game, and send multiple
for the next few weeks.
Enemy players that have early bounties already.
Gumayushi stats right here already looking good so early on into the game with the
Yeah, just lots of gold picked up for him. He's got 200 gold on his head as well, so we'll see perhaps if he is collected by one of these bounty hunters from Estral Esports.
And he is going at that lethality Callista that are getting so popular with the Q-Max.
Can you see Fly taking game from T1 from this first game? No. Like, Buzio's been playing really badly, and, like, I think that's going to be very difficult, especially because T1 loves to play through bot lane. It's a bad matchup for FlyQuest, I feel. Plus, you know, Whippo's been good, but he has to play into Zeus, so it does neutralize, I think, some of FlyQuest's strengths. Also, Faker's just the better version of Jensen at this point in time in terms of champ pool and role on the team.
I mean, you can hope that T1 misplay around this Drake. Cody going in, looking for Carrier. Charm goes wide, Carrier.
Carrier has ult. Oh, they dodged the ult. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. Estral plays this pretty well. I mean, they CC Gumayushi here, right? They use TP into the bot side, so the Yone TP's in. And then look at this. Cody actually flashes out of the way of the ultimate. He still has Ahri ult up. And then Volibear's unstoppable during the ult, so he actually doesn't get CC'd by it either. Faker has a huge shockwave, though. Honestly, this is more than I expected from Estral. I think they're doing pretty well.
Chased down by this ghost pathmaker forward by Zeus. It puts the all out down, and Ackerman has no way of surviving this.
All right, maybe not worth it to kill a support.
As the Estral Esports bot lane gets one in response. Great play from Estral to look for it, but T1 immediately collapsed.
I mean, that was the bounty play. You go for the bounty there on Gumayushi. Send everybody there. Yeah, I mean, T1 already have such big advantages that they can join the fight also, and the teleports in. Good shockwave from Faker as well, making sure that they're able to get that chase down too. They flash follow over to the pit, so they end up getting extra kills and get the dragon, of course, but Cody goes in, tries to snipe on Carrier, can't quite get that one there. Guma goes for the heal for the boost speed. Then they get
Oops. Sorry, I hit the wrong button there.
They had the Yone. Cody goes in.
Missed the charm onto Carrier, unfortunately. But Ackerman gets the CC, forces the cleanse. Cody has to flash out of that ult.
Since they had the Yone in here first, they're able to get the early kill in the teamfight and got that shot.
He misses a couple of charms, though. You got to feel like that might have been able to go a little bit differently if he hits those charms. If he hits the charm into Carrier, Carrier probably dies without being able to ult.
Little bit later on the Cassante, then they get the down as they finish this up, get the dragon, of course, but Cody goes in, tries to snipe on Carrier, can't quite get that one there. Guma goes for the heal for the boost speed.
Carrier probably should have tried to flash that charm too.
Since they had the Yone in here first, they're able to get the early kill in the teamfight and got that shutdown. It's just that once Faker comes down as well, Owner had a
really nice shockwave though.
over towards Faker in with the shockwave.
This is why we don't give Faker Orianna.
Later on the Cassante, then they get the chase through and it's just like, hey, I teleport it down here, I'm going for it. I don't care if you're a support, I'm tower diving you.
That's a really nice kick combo. You know, flash kick, rearrange it so it's near the tri-bush, and then you have the shockwave on top of you anyway when you go in.
Owner's leaps in is legendary.
Yeah, it's pretty clean.
So is Faker's shockwave. So.
Sometimes it finds a few people, other times it finds them all. That's what Faker tends to do. He's 2-0-1 now on this Orianna. There's a 4,000 gold lead for T1 at 12 minutes, 53 seconds. And I'm sorry, Kobe, I don't think we're beating the record today. As 16:47 will sit in ignominy for EU fans. As Estral Esports, they put up a good fight in this early game. You've got Essence Reaver now on Snacker. Maybe it's enough. But,
the thing is like even though they're fighting, they're just losing incremental advantages to T1 over and over and over again.
Did you see,
It's like they're kind of like over fighting at times. They lost the lane swap, but they are willing to like go toe to toe, which is nice to see. But
today there were some
yikes, the Ahri here on the top side with Owner. They're just not respecting where the jungler could be on the map.
from the game. So
Pushes Ahri over, immediately just gets destroyed. Q2. Oh, He lives.
Spirit Rush. Oh no, look for the chase. Can't quite get the damage down. It was an all-out and a Dragon's Rage in exchange for a Spirit Rush.
Who do you think is the strongest region coming into MSI? Probably Korea is overall stronger, even if BLG is the best team. On average, I think T1 are better. Go to sleep, old man.
20 days of it, so we're going to see probably a little bit more lethal tempo.
It's 11:30 in the morning. Achilles, why would I go to sleep?
So far. In fact, he's probably got some whiplash from the way he's been thrown around this map in the early game. Faker here by himself. TP in.
4-person dive. Volibear has ulti.
What are you going to do, Faker? Huh? How are you going to get out of this one?
Beautiful.
Lands on 2-0. Faker almost survives with a face sealed, and so Fate takes him down.
Oh my god, they don't get any kills though?
Is dead. Jose Diodo
Wow, and Jose Diodo with the re-engage shutting off the turret. Whoa.
here by himself. TP in.
They commit TP for this play though. It's like this is the Faker taunt global taunt effect because they get 6 void grubs off of this.
Huh? How are you going to get out of this one? Shockwave lands on 2-0. Faker almost survives with a face.
Oh my god, Jose Diodo had tower aggro and then he just goes back in because he still has ult. Wow, well played by Estral, but they use TP.
Will fall alongside his mid laner. Estral esports roar into life.
They get what they came for. Faker down, Carrier down, Tower down. Bounty picked up as well there for Estral. They've got a dragon to their names. What else can they get in this game? Snacker kind of getting pushed off tower, especially with the extra damage.
Yeah. I think we both had the same high of enthusiasm there and then realized actually Estral esports.
What do I think of Masu's performance today? I think he was pretty good.
Only one dragon apiece. Guma's still really strong.
Still quite a big one though, because even when you're faced with early deficits like that, you
Yeah, the global taunt is super real, by the way.
plays. And even though Faker with his shockwave again, finds 2 of them, does kind of delay it, they still can complete it because they have Volibear ultimate, so Jose is able to finish it off. They got the objective plus the 2 kills.
Really nice sequence from Estral, as you say. Dragon up in a minute 30.
Keats, yeah, go watch my me and Doa's Philbin TV show.
Then our first
Podcast, Nerd Legion.
For LLA fans, Zofe picked up the shutdown in that, so now he's got his Berserker Greaves, a pickaxe, a Vamp Scepter.
Why the fuck does everyone want to kill Faker? So you can say you've done it. You're not going to win this game, so you might as well, get the ego points. But unfortunately, you gave up 6 void grubs, and now you're going to have to deal with the insane siege that is going to come in, and especially the cross-mapping that T1 does with void grubs. I'll be very excited to see this.
Who hasn't really had the opportunity to be in the action.
Yeah, bottom lane definitely quite big. And the top lane experience advantage isn't a whole level. It's almost like you can see the progress bar. Now it basically
Shogun ending, Monty, short opinion. I have not seen it yet. Doa and I will do a show this week on the Shogun ending. All right, let's check out this out. Faker's just going to take turret aggro. Oh, he gets charmed. Rip. Rip.
Faker just died the tower. What are you doing, man? This guy's the goat. Hide out. It is Estral Tuts. Turn it around. Zofe coming in. Looking for that fade seal.
Whoops. Just walk into charm. Faker is definitely happy gaming. He is playing very cavalierly this series. Thank you, Dylan of Insanity, for your Twitch Prime sub. I will take any and all Bezos bucks that you guys have. I appreciate it.
around these towers.
I wonder if he was charmed. Maybe I missed it. Obviously, teasing
All right,
a little bit.
Let's take a look at the replay here, baby.
Go on, bring it up.
Zeus, though, chunking away on top side, softening that one up again. And, of course, T1 still with such a strong early advantage in this game. They'll be able to push out bottom side and grab Dragon number 2 for themselves as well.
And it's always the problem against a team that's as good at moving around the map as T1 is, especially if you don't have that sort of competition in your region. Usually is, yes, you got a kill on Faker, but what did it get you? Well, you almost lost tier 2 in the top lane, and you did lose tier 1 in the bot lane,
And you lose Dragon. Yeah, Medic's making some good points here.
Good job getting the shutdown. You got the bounty, great, but it's actually not giving you too much across the rest of the map. Zofe looking for something here as he dashes forward.
And this, realistically, I mean, look at how useless this this Yone is, guys. Nuwakate or Nuwakate, thank you for your Twitch Prime sub.
Charm into the face call will pull him out. Cody dashes across the wall. Zeus keeping the rest of Estral esports at bay. And in the end, although Estral did find the collapse, T1 were able to get out with all 5 members alive.
Yeah, teleports in to
Oh,
defend.
Word. Here's the wrong person.
Yeah,
stop some backs here.
Doesn't get the execute
Doesn't look like that's gonna be
damage
anything like
down from the Draven. Draven just didn't do anything this game. They've got, I mean, it's just that T1 won the lane swap so insanely hard.
They teleport in Zeus as well for the defense there. And T1 was a
Hey, did you guys
really
notice
early
this?
push.
They actually don't have the player tags in here. So in the game, it says T1 owner, but it's just their names in all caps on the side. That's new.
In terms of kills, they are 4,000 gold ahead. They still have the Rift Herald for owner.
If you're going to get lane swapped on, you should just pick low resource top. I mean, sure, but that's why they lane swapped. And they did T1 did a delayed lane swap where they actually just got to lane late. So they ensured they had the lane swap and just took the L of getting into the lane slightly late. But, you know, it's very hard to counterplay that. I think that's probably why we just don't see Yone pick top a lot during this tournament.
Zeus go right back on bottom side, long lane, push that one in while the rest of the team here kind of fishing around. Carrier and owner establishing some shallower vision through the jungle to try and trap plays. But the rest of Estral here, all 5 members coming up mid, while the double split push here, 1-3-1 from T1 is going to push inside lanes, and you see the move now.
Locked up with a Fate Seal, Charm going wide though.
Owner accidentally followed him with Q2 back in,
Perhaps he was going on a one-way trip, manages to escape.
but he gets the kill anyway. That's fucking hilarious.
Locked up with a Fate Seal,
Whoops.
Charm going wide though.
He has to flash out, but Nico, how does Nico get that kill?
From T1 is going to push inside lanes, and you see the move now.
Locked up with a Fate Seal, Charm going wide
I guess it was an auto?
though. Dash back and in goes owner.
I actually don't know how Nico got that kill. That looked super weird to me.
Charm going wide though. Dash back and in goes owner. Locked up with a Fate Seal.
Or was it a turret shot? No? Well, whatever. Oh, it was an auto. Must have been an auto. Auto then tower shot, yeah. Oh, it wasn't a turret shot. The turret's shooting right here.
While the double split push here,
It was an auto attack, guys.
T1 is going to push inside lanes, and you see the move now.
Turret never actually shoots him. Oh, the tier 2 tower shot does. There it is. That's super funny, actually.
Coming up mid,
That's super funny, guys.
double split push here,
Yeah, you're right. It's the tier 2 tower.
T1 is going to push inside lanes, and you see the move now.
Because he gets kicked into the turret range, and then here's the tower shot. Woo! That's great. That's so funny. Those dude has to ult out of the shockwave. Oh, look, they have a Herald with 6 Void Grubs and Demolish. It's free. It's free. 74 HP. Oh, they killed it. So many Void Mites. Well, I get great value out of 6 Void Grubs this game, guys. This is what I'm talking about. People always ask me, Monty, do Void Grubs suck? And the answer is no, they don't. You just have to be good at using them. Some professional teams are super good, like T1, at using them.
About to touch him and finish off the extra damage for the kill. Cody stops him in his tracks. They get the small.
Do you think the Gen G versus BLG matchup changes when considering lane swaps? Yeah, of course it does.
Pretty sure Cody's Faker's father this game. Ignore the 1.5k gold lead for Faker.
That's how the family tree works.
That's how it works.
Let's take another look though, because this one was fun.
Cody actually pretty good. Flashes out. That's actually a good play.
Let's take another look though, because this one was fun.
So he knows he's gotten hit by the Q. So as soon as he sees the animation, he flash charms.
Charm being able to stop
So he stops the Q2 damage.
dashes. Boom, right as he was about to.
That's a good mechanical play by Cody. I mean, honestly, on an individual level, the Estral players have been pretty good. It's just this Yone got giga gimped by the lane swap.
Shown us their ability to make map calls to get those deep wards in, find the TP flanks. It's just you're playing up against T1. It's always going to be a bit of a challenge.
And it's absolutely brutal lane swap too.
Yeah.
Really, really difficult fighting your way out of those types of deficits. So T1, one of the best at pushing very quickly as well and increasing that map control, taking down mid inhibitor super early on in this game. Now they're going to try and populate red quadrant of the jungle with enough wards leading up to Baron and see what sort of plays they can drag Estral into. They've got Keria on his Nico, so the turn is very, very scary. Whenever you've got Nico as the support to a Kalista, you have so much safety, and Keria gets...
Oh, Ackerman. Hex flash forward. He was on a ward the whole time. Just ate a couple of spears, and then will eat the honey fruit, and it will be okay for him right now. Can dash the wall, and he'll do exactly that. Wave pushed in the bot side by Zeus. Zophir is going to try and answer that, but... will it? Can he answer it? I mean, Zeus isn't massive. He's only 300 gold ahead, and obviously Yone scales very well, but a single blade of the Ruin King, probably not enough to deal with the Iceborne Gauntlet, the Warden's Mail, and the plated steel caps that...
in that matchup, and looks like T1 just rotate on down, pick up Dragon number 3. Even though Estral got one, still on a pretty early pace because of how quickly they started on the stacking.
That it is, Kobe. That it is. Will T1 do early Baron still on 14-8?
I mean, T1 have really good options here because we mentioned the turn that they have, Keria here on Nico with the safety of the Kalista, and they have the Kalista Rend combo to be able to go for finishing it, so
Zeus charmed, locked up, Fate Seal coming out, TP in as well as Zeus starts to fall low, Whirling Death just short as the all-out comes out.
Faker just flashing forward into a charm. Doesn't matter though. Saved Zeus. Got 2 kills.
And the collapse from T1 is just too damn fine.
Oh, the lethal Kalista there, finishing them off. Actually, how deep are they going to go? There's a control ward on the Baron, and Jose has flash and ulti. So how spicy do you want to get? Can they actually find a way to get Jose over here for a steal?
The whole jungle is warded. Like, Keria is now going to stand here. Ackerman and Jose will try and step forward, but they're locked up in the tangle barbs. They do have a...
Give me some vision, baby. Give me some hope.
The FlyQuest Jose Diodo fan coming out in you right there as the Pop Blossom out from Keria, just distracting. Remember, you have the spears, the Rend from Kalista. Jose, you're going in, you gotta go now. Cody in you right there.
Well, he tried.
Pop Blossom out from Keria, just distracting. Remember, you have the spears, the Rend from Kalista. Jose, you're going in, you gotta go now. Cody falling low. Jose tries to get in, but
he tried to flash in.
T1 now with Baron.
Obviously, that was going to be super difficult with Rend.
Coming out in you right there as the Pop Blossom out from Keria, just distracting. Remember, you have the spears, the Rend from Kalista. Jose, you're going in, you gotta go.
Was kind of dicey though.
You gotta go now. Cody falling low.
Okay, it was a bit dicey there, guys. Because Owner actually gets out of the pit.
You have the spears, the Rend from Kalista. Jose, you're going
he W's out and then Q's back in.
Jose tries to get in, but it's just distracting. Remember, you have the spears.
Keria dude is fucking styling on him. Look at this. He just dodges everything.
You gotta go now. Cody falling low. Jose tries to get in, but it's secured by Owner. And T1 now with Baron up. They're going to TP to the mid lane. Zeus trying to get this super minion buffed up. Keria is going to chase out Cody. Will T1 just look to force through mid?
This Yone was just useless the entire game.
Yeah, I mean, are they going to end the game before they chase down Cody there? Keria on top side kind of going after the Ahri, but the rest of the team finishing up now.
T1 just cross-mapping better. I mean, Estral, like, tried to make plays happen. But every time they did, they just ended up losing more, and then T1 was able to use the advantages they got from, like, all the fucking Void grubs.
Still trading with Snacker. I don't think he's hit him once. Snacker continues to try and put the damage down. Ono went too deep, so he dies.
His name is Snacker, not Snaker.
Trying to get onto this because the shockwave lands on 4, though.
Guma? Ooh, he flashes for it.
a bit of mercy. Guma locked up Jose with the stun.
Faker had no mana. I think Faker couldn't do anything, even though the ball's on Gumayushi, because he just has no mana.
Jose with the stun. And Snacker gets the shutdown. The inhibitor will fall. The Nexus tower is already down as well. Zeus, Faker, and Carrier. Not much health, not much mana between them, but perhaps with the Baron buff, they can just push in here.
Let's see the opportunity move speed like that used. 25 minutes though. Medic, it's going down. Quick. What can they do? Chase them off.
I mean, are we sure actually that Estral isn't going to beat PSG? PSG looked pretty miserable, honestly. Like, I think Estral might be able to beat PSG, guys.
Four big advantages out of it, and they are able to have a couple of plays.
Welcome back to MSI 20.
I don't think that's a super ridiculous take. All right, final game, guys. Got to get this one done because I got to go do some stuff this afternoon. Jerky's Minion, thank you. Look, Monty, it isn't Riot fault. They need to cut budgets for casters so they can increasingly add extra money into the pockets of the board of directors. They're just outsourcing. They're outsourcing casting to co-streamers just like they outsource their skin development. All right, so Senna, TF, Varus going to be the bans here, but this means that T1 still has Ori available. Ashe is up, probably, because I don't think T1's going to ban it. So they're going to first pick Ashe, kind of the question.
24, we are here for the Game 2 Champion Select, powered by Omen and HyperX. And we are straight on into it. Estrella picked the blue side, T1 on the red side, Senna, TF, Varus banned away, and Nico, Sejuani, and Vi banned away by T1. And immediately it's Ashe.
Do you take anything from this show by T1, or do you think that they just didn't take it seriously? Because I think even if they're not prepared, they should just roll. Yeah. First off, they won the game very convincingly. I mean, they completely out-macroed the enemy team, right? And even though there were some fights that Estral was doing well in, Estral was giving up more than they were getting. So it's not like it was good macro by Estral. You guys get dazzled by these fucking fights, and you don't actually look at the incremental advantages that T1 was gaining. And yeah, there was some happy gaming, but is what it is. They're banning Nico, okay. Ashe first pick, that was the plan. So we give over the Callista. We're gonna take Renata here. Wow, Draven Ashe is going to be another lane swap game from T1 potentially.
Lane swap wards this time.
Interesting, blinding the Rumble. It could be support Rumble for sure. That's the life special on FPX. I think it's probably support Rumble if I had to guess. But you can flex it to R5. So we're going to ban Udyr here. So we have Udyr can't pressure in the Rumble early. It's nice. And no, we're just going to take Cassante, so there's no mystery. It is support Rumble.
Give it to him. All right. Now, Mr. Owner.
Viego.
For him, so.
Okay, Owner, classic Viego pickup. Just allows you to get super good resets. They are not going to lane swap probably. They're probably just going to take the straight up fight in the bot side. This is something that FPX would do. This is the life meta is the Rumble in the bot lane to have a bully bot lane. It is bold, I will say, to try and play Draven Ashe into T1, considering that they are the best like double 80 carry bot lane in the world, probably.
You have the equalizer on top of that, just to chunk out anyone. Ashe low mobility, Draven low mobility. It's a very difficult time for the Estral esports bot lane.
All right, let's have a good, clean game here, everybody. An elimination.
Obviously, one getting
bounce back here. Come out of the fountain. Just doing some. Come out of base.
T1 don't really. Well,
with all five
so what we're going to see is Estral try and do a lane sweep through the bot side. This is very, very common to make sure that your duo lane can get advantages. It's more important, guys, for Estral to have bottom lane brush control because they need to be able to auto attack into brushes, whereas Keria can just kind of hide in that brush and then all in potentially.
At least haven't just run down the lane; they run close to the lane and cover through the river.
So they don't want deep wards going in potentially, or any wards going in.
Stepping in, looking to place a ward. It seems like Faker will put his ball in and see that no one from Estral is awaiting in the jungle yet. Resets come out.
Yeah.
And yeah, looks like it's going to be standard lanes. Not anymore. There's Guma pathing up through River.
Not so standard after all. We get the recalls going off for Zay.
Interesting. So they're not actually going to do standard lanes. Rumble isn't really strong until level 3. That's when he gets they're really scary all in. So we could see, you know, like we saw in FlyQuest with Masu and Busio, like just a lane swap until level 3. Faker ward, Cody puts the Faker ward in. Faker puts the Faker ward in also onto the Raptors. So we have
But this time around,
mirror jungle
see if
starts.
they can, you know, make use of some
Very delayed again. So T1 actually just using the lane swap meta. It's very hard to play against this because they're assigning their lane late, basically.
We're starting to get a little worried already, but it is also going to be a little bit delayed again for Zove. I guess he's going to take his same pathway.
Obviously better to have the Cassante in this situation than the Aatrox. You saw BDS and Adam try and use the Aatrox in the lane swap. It was garbage.
Even if it is to get a level 2, but maybe this.
Cody has 2. So if they're looking for
God, this is the Faker, buddy. This is the second game in a row he gets caught out by this exact same play. Because he plays aggressively at level 1 to get an HP advantage. And now he flashed the charm in the first game, but he actually just gets hit by the charm this time. Doesn't use his flash. That is... Dude... It's literally the same play, Faker. You know that top laner might be there. Jesus Christ.
Improved on the previous game already. They got it. They didn't stick around and waste any extra time this one either, because Aatrox is so good with the level 1, having his 3 Qs ready to go. And Zove, he was expecting that flash immediately. A dive.
And now we have a dive into the bot side. Dive is not prepared in top. Top laner is down on the bot side of the map. Zeus did get some experience. At least he has TP. Not great from T1, if we're being honest, losing both solo laners. But we're just going to TP in and get the rest of this. We're going to re-dive this most likely, though. Zeus probably dead. Again. All right. So now we just punish the lack of flash in the mid lane. Okay, we die again. He doesn't even get a kill, so now we use Ghost and TP for nothing. TP used in the mid lane now for Cody. What a fiesta, guys.
All these minions now dying here too. Zeus used everything. Teleport, Ghost, getting back in there. But as you mentioned here, when you saw it on the camera move towards mid, Keria went to go punish, and they got one back on Cody. So we'll see. Okay, this is actually the first one. So this time around, they weren't messing around. Cody goes in, he gets his charm flash, and then the cool one here, as Zove knows, the flash is coming.
Really nice flash from Zove.
Nice from him.
Yep, very nicely done.
The exact move that
I mean, mechanically, Estral looked pretty good.
Just looks so crisp there. But nicely, nicely done from them. Here's the second one. That was
Nice job. Just comes in, ignite, flash, auto.
Flashing in, getting that extra auto damage to make sure it finishes him off. Still, though, retaining their gold lead here. Estral out of the early stages.
The problem is, Zove is still level 1.
experience?
Yeah, he's still level 1. He hasn't got a single minion. Yes, he got 3 assists, but he didn't TP up to the...
The thing is, he doesn't have any XP. Like, the three assists are not doing him any favors because Zeus is 3 levels up. So it's kind of worth, even with Zeus dying. You guys remember in the LEC finals too, like, Broken Blade was playing Scion and he just, like, kept dying under the turret, but he kept getting more and more XP advantages. The XP is the most important thing here. So Aatrox is going to be able to catch this wave, though, and start to catch up.
And be like, look, we have a gold lead.
Yeah, true.
And you could point at the total gold graph over here.
Yeah, but while you're pointing, Zeus is smacking your head in with a couple of Intofos.
He's literally 3 levels up. They have to deny this wave. This is good play by T1. Jose Deoda's there to try and cover. So you can't probably dive this with just 2 people. So he actually does get it, but the XP is shared a little bit with the jungler.
Yeah, critical cover here from Jose.
Jose's playing well.
Aatrox is able to get some experience. Hooks right back
Jose's got a
up.
tank here.
Yeah.
Only tanks 1 shot, though.
Yeah, it's Cassante with the 2-level lead, so...
Where's your faith in Estral?
So this is going pretty well for T1 in spite of some whoopsies early game.
I kind of want to get a
At least they got the kill back in mid. That was pretty huge.
With the duos matching right back up, because never mind though. Owner's right back on bottom side. They still have the control ward here too.
Zofo uses the Q3. Oh, steps past the wave here. Owner can still look.
Oh man, if this knockback hits,
It does not. Owner still waiting.
okay.
Grub started by Jose Diodo. Owner now sneaking his way around. Zofe going in. Pazeas there's the ghost pop. Zofe's going to go up towards the top side. No ghost, no flash for him. Trades back with Zeus. As Conqueror stacking up. Only 6 stacks so far, and I'm pretty sure Zofe is dead. Yes, he is. Owner slaps him down and gets his first kill of the game.
Yeah, and that's going to be more minions dying at the tower.
Far, and I'm pretty sure Zeus there's.
Knockback hits.
All right, sorry, I wasn't looking at this.
Owner still waiting.
Owner is he's just hard camping the spot side, which I think is definitely the right play. Zofe thinks he can get more than he bites off more than he can chew. It's too bad. He was getting back into this game. He misplayed this by going after that, especially these days. Hits 6.
Owner slaps him down and gets his first kill of the game.
Yeah, and that's going to be more minions dying at the tower.
Owner doesn't even get an assist there.
Very good job.
Unlucky, but they're going to be able to take they're going to be able to take the Drake.
Really squeezing that weak point out of the lane swap, and they know top side, void grubs. That's fine.
Yep.
Give those up. The first 3, no problem for them. Owner really makes his presence felt, exacerbating the issue there with the 1 versus 1. Zeus now 2 levels again. Going to be his level lead over the Aatrox, so watch out for that ultimate, and Owner picks up the dragon on the opposite side.
Carry just trying to hex flash there. As soon as he sees, that's funny. As soon as Carry sees the hawk shot coming, he's like, "Is Ashe in this brush?" Because look at where the hawk shot comes from. So he tries to hex flash in to see if Ashe is in the brush, so he can make a play out of the Ashe in case Ashe was standing there. That's funny.
Going to be his level lead over the Aatrox.
Because he sees the angle of the hawk shot, and Ashe hasn't shown on the bot side yet. So it's a cute potential little play there by Carrier.
T1 pretty happy with that, but now we've got the built-up wave here on bottom side, and Jose's coming out of base back to his red quadrant as well. So maybe Jose can get his level 6 here for Lee Sin and look for a play.
He's going to go over towards that red buff, as you say. Still a 100 gold lead for Estral. Snacker.
Scoreboard, baby.
Snacker's a 200 gold lead himself. Carrier now has the Ignite back up alongside the Flash, and you see the damage that Rumble can do alongside Guma. With the lethality stacking up, he is in a pretty strong spot. 3 points in queue right now, while Cody gets the charm in the mid lane, but Faker still has Flash, has Shockwave, and you don't want to overstep near the tower. In towards him, level 6 for Guma means that he has the Fate's Call at his disposal if Carrier does want to look for, a Flash Flame Spitter Ignite play.
Man, even the poke damage coming through here. Jose is here, and he is level 6, but the double control wards here from T1, and the huge chunk onto Ackerman.
Guma just looking for the tower here. To the plate, in fact, not the entire tower, obviously, at this point in the game. Jose Diodo's going to clear out these 2 control wards. I don't know where Owner is, which is why that ward goes around the wall, just in case Owner wanted to step forward. He's on the top side of the map, so. Second control ward defended by Carrier and Guma. Usually they'll keep an ability to push in this bot lane, making sure they spot Jose Diodo on every rotation. And it was only a minute ago we were saying Estral were slightly in the lead. Now they're about 700 gold behind. That's with the lane pressure that Estral continue to put down. Faker going to be able to just walk away from Jose Diodo and Cody.
Owner's on the way too.
Flash, flames,
Cody doesn't have to use his teleport.
Carrier has equalizer.
I like how Carrier just going for the plays, man, in mid lane. He just fucking flashes it. You love to see it.
Flash, flames,
That's so funny.
T1 are circling because Owner's on the way too.
Flash, flames,
Carrier has been brutal this game.
He's learned the dark rumble support tech from life.
Just flash on cooldown at Cody every time.
And Ignite.
Yeah, Faker took it personally that Cody Had a pretty good game one. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Zove still not level 6 as Ona dives in, gets the kill, should be able to survive. Well,
Oh, okay.
but Ona steps back in.
Cashes out the Draven, though. That's pretty good. Draven down 20 CS, but up 800 gold. Just Draven things.
The T1 top laner.
Honestly,
By the way, guys, while we're waiting here, please follow the channel. 42 more follows until I hit 73,000 followers on my channel.
This honestly
And subscribe to my Twitch as well.
For Astral, considering how the last game
100%.
went.
Yeah.
Way better for them here. Red buff as well.
I'll be here for MSI, doing VOD reviews for you guys.
Massive right now.
Guma has flash and heal here. Snaka trying to trade in. Guma with the heal. There's the equalizer.
All right, here we go. Owner's coming in the bot side. Carry is here. He doesn't have flash, but he does manage. Man, he hits that harpoon. Wow.
Guma has flash and heal here. Snaka trying to trade in. Guma with the heal. There's the equalizer.
Good equalizer, too. Does a lot of damage. Threads it in front of the cannon minion.
But he can land the harpoons. And it was good for
Carrier is just going to win this game by himself.
care about your crystal arrows. 2 kills over to T1 once again on the bottom side.
Area Rumble is kind of running this game.
What happens when you hit 73K followers? Then we go for 75. Then we go for 100.
But just reels them right in, and once Carrier makes the swap over, they finish. This one is, we know this one's going to continue to be brutal because of the early game and the experience denial there. So Aatrox did go down. Finish. This one
Owner should have flashed that. I think he did have flash up, actually.
But Baker took it personally that Cody had a pretty good game one. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Zove
Yeah,
still not level
owner
6
should have
as
flashed
Zuma
this.
dives in, gets the kill,
He literally walks into it.
should be able to survive. Well, death going wide. But Ona steps
Well,
back into it to
you know,
make
maybe we didn't have to give Draven the gold.
Carrier no.
Area Rumble is kind of.
Is it crazy to think Astralis can be both FlyQuest and PSG? I don't think FlyQuest, but PSG, I'm liking what I'm seeing.
Reels them right in. And
Although the problem here is that I really just have no idea how good Zofe is because he's been hard gimped both games.
the early game. And the
If he flashed, he would have died to Ari still. Yeah, but then he wouldn't have given up fucking a bazillion gold to Draven.
Aatrox did go down, but that was the key
He
part
gave
there.
400 extra gold to Draven.
Hope, for the Astral side, getting that kill for the Draven. Of course,
Oh, Ona kicked back.
Nice,
The charge
nice
was gorgeous.
combo by Jose Deodo and Cody.
But he doesn't have the health bar to do so. Cody takes the kill.
nice. Honestly, let's see about the objective afterwards too here.
You can go for the blue buff 50 seconds before the Drake is up. Ona will be back up well in time for that. Equalizer not available to Carrier. Oh, he's going to try and take this blue away, but Cody gets in with the charm, and Carrier has 150 gold bounty on his head. Jose Deodo will take it. Gumayushi now joins the fray, but isn't going to step too far forward. Faker getting in from the flank. Cody again with the charm. Jose Deodo already used Sonic Wave, though, so you can't really chase any further.
All right, big shutdown, and bottom side tower really low here too. With Carrier going down right there, they have no one else to help Guma.
Ona spotted as well with the Sonic Wave. Guma has the flash.
Tower's got to go down.
Oh, Guma caught. Flashes, dash back, arrow hits the tower. Ona spotted as well with the Sonic Wave. Guma has the flash.
Tower's got to go down.
Oh, Guma
Nice
caught.
arrow.
Flashes, dash back, arrow hits the tower, goes down. Ona a level behind.
Zofe is in trouble, though. He's in danger. Oh, he gets it!
Guma caught. Flashes, dash back, arrow hits the tower, goes down. Ona a level behind now. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Zeus 2 levels ahead. Pathmaker.
Oh, no.
Zove solos him.
The knock him under the tower. Zove's able to get it.
It's a train wreck.
Disadvantage. Astral fighting back here.
There's 300 gold in it. At 12 and a half minutes, the Dragon, though, will be secured by T1. They just have too many health bars right now for Astral to fight against them. But Zofe getting back in the game.
I mean, he's trying to press it to his advantage, guys, but now his advantage is boomed.
Starting to look a little bit prettier here at MSI. Obviously, still a long way to go in this game, but even at 12 and a half minutes, I'll take it.
They certainly will. The bounty killing off Carrier in the jungle, getting the kill with the tower assist there up on top side. That helps so much with the experience, plus being able to get him right back into the game.
Oh, he still has double the CS, right? But Astral coming back into this, I mean, they're only 200 gold down. Problem is they've lost a lot of the objectives, especially the dragons are going to get worrisome soon.
Void Grubs would be
plus having kills on Lee Sin is useless
Pretty good
compared
for-
to the,
for,
you know,
later on
the
in the
Viego is going to be much more useful in the late game.
push options for them here.
All right, maybe they can get the 6
They do
Void
have a
Grubs,
lot
though.
of pick options.
Yeah, I think it's grubs into arrow top into chase. Right? If Zeus uses
I mean, this is so bold by Zeus. So look at this. Okay, so he has 2 pink wards here, but Viego's at enemy red, and they're doing the Void Grubs right now, so it's pretty disrespectful for him to play this aggressively. He also doesn't have ult.
There and then
Okay, we don't care about that.
See what it means to the team, to the region.
yeah, I mean defending world.
Apparently, he's just not going to make a play on him, though. They're going to make a play mid instead.
Some stuff here to go this close.
Yeah.
At the international stage.
Ammo hits, but no real ability to close in on that. Jose Diodo does have
Yep, just use it for wave clear. Very good. My God, Carrier's just going in. Waste his flash. Okay.
Flashing forward, looking forward at least.
Yeah, Faker's teleport is back up. They waited out the cooldown. He's split pushing on bottom side. But Astral gonna try
Monty, would you rather see T1 bomb this tournament, have their fans cry, or T1 do really well and have a very competitive MSI? I always want to see the best game, so I don't want T1 to bomb.
try and snowball some map control here, and then look for those picks that we're talking about. Ash Arrow and Ari. Definitely a way for them actually to have a win con in this game.
Draven is 700 gold up and Guba still has bounty. Yeah, that is pretty sus. I didn't notice that, but, you know, it's because he has a big CS lead, I guess. But it is wacky that you could be down versus your lane opponent and still have the bounty up.
Yeah, it's a bit of a collapse here on Zofa. Is he going to be able to walk away from it? Trying to defend underneath the tower.
Shockwave misses, goes a flash. They can just take the turret. That's a terrible TP. Oh my god.
Invested way too late. Kobe immediately slapped down by T1. The charm hits as well. The all-out pulls. Zeus under the
Gives
tower.
owner a reset so that he becomes Ari and then can get the charm. Yikes.
Did a good job escaping, but then the TP kind of pulled him back in. He had to try and protect Cody. There's nothing he could do.
Yeah. Those are the painful teleports where you're
it's
like,
like,
oh no!
I can't cancel it anymore. That was 8 years ago or whatever.
It's out of my hands. Here we go. Jose, though, and Ackerman.
Why do people still pick Aatrox knowing they will lane swap? I don't know, man. It's terrible.
They do at least grab.
Didn't we learn anything from Adam being terrible?
Chase them off.
Well, at 12.5 minutes, Astral and T1 were even. We are now at 15, almost 16 minutes, so 3 minutes later.
Yeah.
It's not as even as it once was, Kobe.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely what people were expecting. T1 defending world champs coming in. Obviously, huge favorites, but arriving, that time on the stun from owner was...
Did you rush to eat any particular food when you ride back in the States?
Cody did not get
I only got back a couple days ago. No, I had some Mexican food. That was good, but I can make Mexican food in Korea now. It's a lot easier to get ingredients, so, you know, I'm less desperate for things than I used to be. Because I can cook most of the stuff that I wanted. Now I can actually get the ingredients. Oh, man, another shockwave misses.
And Sophie gives him the thumbs up.
He went to Casa Bonita immediately. Dude, I'm trying to go to Casa Bonita, but there's like a giant waiting list, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to go.
They kill off Gumi. The shutdown goes over to Cody. Shaker down to half HP. Well, Arrow.
Nice ult.
No cleanse. The chase
Dude, the combos from Estral are actually kind of clean. Like the Lee Sin kicks into charms, like the CC chains.
half HP, but
Pretty
now
good.
The mid lane tower, the target for Estral. Charm wide. Cody still dashing in, dashing out. Baker joins the team. No shockwave, remember, from that bot lane play.
Yeah, Ash Arrow into Ari Charm combination. They do get their pick. They do get their tower, but Zeus split pushing over on top side. Gets a little bit of a chunk here, and not going to dissuade T1 too much. They still have their decent lead, and Dragon arriving here pretty shortly. They did use...
Was Samsung White the best team lane swapping in your opinion? No, because like they had disbanded by 2015, 2016 when like lane swapping became its most advanced.
Sniker does have the Infinity Edge and Essence Reaver complete, though. He is ahead of Gumayushi in terms of idealization and in gold, 1.2k. The lead for him.
And 2-item power spike for Draven is the big one here. Get those really big crits coming through.
Zeus just dodging side to side, able to escape the Sonic Wave. And again, Rift Herald will go down. It should be able to kill off this tower, especially with 6 grubs. I'd like to see if it's just mid lane push for the rest of Estral, or whether they're joining up on towards this top side. Looks like they are just going to keep pushing out mid.
Yeah, doing their best to open up the map because again, they really do rely so much on getting some.
Doesn't have it right now. Would have had it soon-ish, I'm sure.
Yeah.
As Carrier takes his 3rd kill of the game.
Nice job there from Zeus, able to
predicts the dash and then
nicely done. They get it again. So much of these early experience advantages, though. It's so painful.
Oh, arrow. Yeah, it's not going to hit. Enough vision for Zeus to have a long jungle lead in mid, lead in support. Just only.
Yeah, the thing is that this Drake's going to be really scary now.
Riftherald will go down.
Right, like basically they're trying to make plays to get Zothve back in the game, but they're giving up Drake's cross map to do it. This is what I'm saying, like Astral, because of the way that the game is observed, you know, and all the focus is around Astral like trying to make plays and make these skirmishes and fights, it ends up that you don't notice as much the incremental macro advantages that T1 is getting. And also, like, the fact that Zothve got so far behind because of bad early macro means that they have to do triage on Zothve's lane to make him useful because Aatrox is just poopy. And he dies anyway because Keria wasn't actually at Drake.
Getting some of these picks, they can get down these outer towers, more space to work with on the run.
So it's rough, man. I think it's really rough. It's kind of fake news that Astral was close in these games. It's kind of fake news.
Nice job there from Zeus, able to
predicts the dash and then
nicely done. They get it again.
It's like, what are you gonna do when the soul comes up and your Aatrox is still useless?
Zothve was looking for something here, but they might just try and collapse onto Zeus. There's the charm, equalizer down, kick back.
All right, Zeus is gonna TP in and then just get CC'd under turret. Very cool. Zothve does a good job getting lots of damage down there.
Carrier can look for the re-engage instead. Just goes up towards top. They know this is a 4v5. They had the pressure in the side lane. Snacker looking.
They played the first 5 minutes good, did they? Zothve, if Faker hadn't died stupidly, like, would we even be saying that? And Zothve got 3 assists, but he didn't actually get any XP. And he spent the entire game being like 2-3 levels down. So did they play the early game? Well, I don't know. I don't know about that one.
Well, the solo lane leads here for T1.
Did they play it well?
Have been on display.
I say no.
For the majority of the game as well, and Faker constantly pushing out on the side wave here too, collecting the minions. Should be able to continue to use that. Zeus himself does get the outer tower there with the demolish proc, so further increasing it.
Here we go. TP in. Oh, he flashes out, but he's still dead. Should not have flashed.
And that's a small victory. You got to take what you miss.
I like how Estral has a go button, though.
Yeah. All right, Carrier though has got.
He's got the fanciest feet, Carrier.
He's playing DDR while everyone else is playing League of Legends. Jose Diodo still with the chase, though. They'll get one. It was the charm going down onto Owner. And, yeah, there we are.
In the end, they do chase down the kill on a Carrier, despite Carrier's really smooth movement.
Another charm onto Gumayushi. No flash on the AD carry. Gumayushi dashing around, but Jose
Faker just split pushing bot. Are they going to give up a Baron here? Lol. Just Cassante things, guys. Unstoppable during the charm. Comes back over. Takes the angle to get him right into the mid lane. And they get tier 2 in bot side, so worth.
Meanwhile, in the bot lane, Faker continues to push in the side lanes.
I love how Faker's just like chilling in the bot lane, taking a tier 2. But this is what I mean about trading up, guys. Like, because you traded out the kill too, I mean, the tier 2 take in bot lane is absolutely huge. And Faker's now up 3 levels on Cody in mid. He's almost Flame Horizoned him. This is what I mean, guys. Like, this game is fucking fake news. This is not a close game. Fake news.
Who approved lane swaps, huh? Yeah. Here we go, though.
Freak.
Carrier with his zigzag movements, able to dodge a few, but not enough. Chased down eventually there by Astral. And then we'll see at the event.
Like, T1's not playing this super well in these skirmishes, and like they're obviously being cocky and like, holy shit, Guma, like don't get hit by charm.
Close the distance, and Jose
So they give up 3 kills,
And kicks owner in, and you're just like, wow.
but they trade 1 back, so they're minus 2 kills, but they're up 1 tier 2, and the concentration of gold and XP because they lost that entire wave. So Faker's up 2,000 gold. Their solo lanes are up a combined 4K gold, right? And even though this Draven is up, how does Draven play this game, guys? He's a fucking Draven. He's just going to get stunned by owner. You know, there's so much crowd control. They can just slap an equalizer on him, so it doesn't matter if Draven has money, I don't think. And Faker is up, what, fucking 70 CS? 65 CS? And he has a 2 to 3 level gap. Same thing in the top side. Like, Astral is not playing side lanes well, and so the advantages are just stacking for T1.
Estral have had some really good moments in these games. You know, some of their picks are good.
The gold lead, objective control, not even remotely close. Astral playing for solo queue, going for kills. Yeah, they are. And they're not playing for waves. Their wave management is incredibly bad.
The next one's up in 20 seconds. It will be Mountain Soul for them. They've set up their vision line. They're extending it into Estral's jungle.
Now we just equalizer, put some poke damage down, control, you know, kill the mid wave. Then we just go take Drake.
To look at as well. Never mind, Cody.
Can't quite land the charm.
Well, they tried. Now he has no ult for the actual Drake fight. They have to give up Mountain Soul. They have the wave pushing in bot side. Gazante's still 3 levels up. Faker's 4 levels up on Aatrox. They're literally just soloing the Drake with owner's Viego right now. This is an incredibly dominant game by T1. I think it's fake news that people thought this game was close. Like, it's close in kills, it's close in gold, but they fucking did 4 for 0 Drake them and have complete map pressure and have huge level advantages. Like, the gold value of the 2 to 3 level advantages that each of their solo lanes have. That's why this is fake news, guys, because that is not reflected in the item gold, but the gold value of those levels is fucking huge.
Just dying to a tower, getting pushed in, you're losing that extra bit of gold and XP, and now you can see like bot wave, relatively neutral, top wave in favor of T1, and T1 have just started up the Baron, but the flash kick from Jose is enough to get Faker's stopwatch at least. Zobe's going to join the fight. Faker falling low, but he has a command shield for himself. Guma Yushi down to half HP as well, another charm onto Ono as he heartbreakers over the wall and ends Cody's life.
Now we go to reset town.
He gets the double, he's looking for more as Ackerman has to flash away the heartbreaker short, but it's a
all right, game's over.
One taken away by Carrier. Ona chases forward, heartbreakers in, dodges the sonic wave, lands the spectral more, make it 4 for Ona as T1.
Yeah, this is not, like, T1 didn't play great here, guys, but this is also not a close game. Oh, wow, they die? Oh, no, it's a disaster.
It's a reset central as the world ender goes in for Zofe. They found 2 all out from Zaya. Zofe goes low. Ackerman tried to trade in as Ona steals away.
All right, well, they get a bunch of shutdowns.
Estral are not being defeated.
The huge shutdown here for Faker is 1,000 gold if they kill him. Cody doesn't have ult, though. Ah, man.
How long can Faker delay? Because Baron is to take risk there to kill off. Big Viego stuff over here, though. Want to see when you're trying to sell players on playing Viego. Get a bunch of extra kills for the extra gold. Finish with that pushing buff.
Still a 5,000 gold lead, 41. They have the Mountain Soul as well. The arrow hits with the heartbreaker out by.
Yeah, it's also the Mountain Soul value is not reflected. The shield stats that it gives you are worth several thousand gold. Plus, it's probably several thousand gold in level diffs. Plus, now Faker has level 3 Shockwave. So, this is not close. It's all right. Zo's face here.
I'm not sure he's ending any worlds.
Well, he tried. Credit to Estral, though. They tried. You know, they didn't play scared. Some of their skirmishes were fun to watch. They have a good sense of teamwork on some of these skirmishes, but the decision-making was just not there from a macro sense. That's a macro blast. That's a macro blast for T1. Classic macro blast. All right, guys, that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching. I will not be here tomorrow. Unfortunately, I will not be able to VOD review those matches because I have to go out and do some other work. So I won't have time. I'm going to be out all day, but otherwise I should be around for a lot of these MSI VOD reviews. So good times. Be sure to follow the channel, subscribe on YouTube, everything like that. It's been fun. Catch you later.